Turn off that kitchen light, please.
Been dragging the bottom for oh so long, but I can feel that power running strong. It's in the air, I can feel it now. The dragon's walls are crumbling down, and it's time to fly as I say goodbye to the problems that's been dragging me down.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Nation. Good to have everybody here. Solo tonight. No Leeroy, no Amy, no Olivia. Just you, me, and the Christmas tree. I'll be honest with you, sometimes I actually prefer it. It just makes the show easier, smoother. It's just a different kind of fun. So we will bring that live to you. Do me a favor, if you have not had a chance, go on over to Facebook, and if you type in facebook.com/thedumbshowmatt, and that's with no B, don't get smart, you will be taken on over to the Don't Unfriend Me host page, Matthew and Spear page. You can follow us over there, say hello, stop on by. We would appreciate it. See you guys in just a few minutes. Got a lot to cover tonight, and we will bring it all to you and walk you through it. New trivia question tonight and a whole bunch of other topics. We'll talk about who's going to be on the show in the coming weeks. We'll be right back. Share this out, please, as much as you can. Thanks. See you in 3 minutes. Hey, if everyone on Facebook could do a big favor, the first 5 minutes of the show are the most important thing. And if you share it, get it out there, the numbers will increase. And I really want to try to push past the algorithm and start working on that. And without sharing, we can't do it. So please make sure we've liked it right when you come in, and give it a share if you can too. If I have to watch the language, I will. We won't let you be ashamed of the show. And if you haven't had a chance, please go over on Twitter and share the hell out of it over there. Thanks.
Howdy y'all, this is Damani Felder. These are perilous times in American history, and now more than ever we need individuals who are willing to wage war on the ideological battlefield with like-minded individuals. And I can think of no better place to start than my friends at the Don't Unfriend Me show. So thank you for being here, and enjoy the show.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, Unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. We've got some news. Friday the 15th, which is 2 days from now, Alan Donovan will be on, a good friend of the show, Fathers Lives Matter. You'll love having him on. He'll be here Friday. Mandy and Jack were here last week. Moving to the 16th, Ryan Samuels actually will be here for a special, I think it's the 17th, actually, a Sunday show. So we'll be going live with Ryan, and can't wait to have him. Then Lisa Regina will be in the house on the 18th. Busy few days. So you don't want to miss it. So make sure you mark your calendars and follow the show. Hope everyone's doing well. I realized something. I see a lot of people broadcast and on social media, and everyone goes live. Everyone says live. Well, we decided going to kind of change it up a little bit. Not that it's a huge deal, but live nationwide, right? I mean, and honestly, worldwide, because we've got fans all over the place. So, I know it's a change word. So we just put live across the USA. Let's see if that makes a difference. But please do me a favor. Like, share, all that stuff. Get this word out here. We're trying to break the live algorithm. And honestly, the only thing that's going to break the live algorithm is new blood. And what I firmly believe is the 200,000 people that we have are honestly, they're just, unless they're already fans, they're lost to us. And we have about 40,000 people that we can actually reach. So the more we continue to grow, but I do believe a lot of bots were sold to us through advertising and a lot of nefarious type of stuff. So we are working on growing. So please do that for me. Head on over to Twitter, share, like, subscribe, Rumble, all of that, and we'll get to it. Got a good show tonight. Got a lot to talk about, whole bunch of stuff. Hope everyone's doing well. I know there's a lot of thunderstorms in the area. I know we've had some flooding all over Tennessee, and I hope everyone's doing well. Hope that everybody's safe. And of course, if you got a thunderstorm coming on your area, be careful. Yeah, in Canada. Yeah, we're in Canada too. Yeah, we're everywhere. We've got listeners pretty much everywhere. So yeah, just want to make sure everyone's safe. That's important to us. Goal tonight, I think Olivia put it in. Let's find out. We're going to load this up. Yep. And goal tonight is 300. We're working towards that. Once again, like we talked about it last night, we're going to we know we're going to hit it. So if we can just get it out of the way, I know the show gets exciting. I know we get pulled in. But if we can just knock that sucker out fast, that way we don't have to worry about it. That would be amazing. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just start off with the norm. By the way, phone line's open, 276-200-2105. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I was watching the show today on social media and it was just a little small. There it is. That should make it easier for people to read. Live in North, it's too long because then we don't have a title. So we can't do North America. It's just live, nationwide, USA, worldwide. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If my Canadian brothers and sisters get upset, well, then they can relax. We'll get it set. Oh, something we need to talk about real quick. And we always kind of have something. So we're going to talk about this. Jennifer watches the show. She's been a fan for quite a while. And I guess there was this guy, this CIA guy who was one of the whistleblowers. His name's Chiarelli or some. I don't care. He's Italian. I don't care. Chiarelli. I don't. Pronunciation is so freaking important to me. And being a wordsmith, you think I would get some slack for names. But one of the worst things you can do is when I make a video. And and the video's just smoking. It's great. It just hit after hit. There's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of work into it. And it's going well and you're enjoying the content. Maybe say, you know what, that was really a good video. Or, wow, I really like this part. Or, you know what, this part was something I haven't heard before. Something new, The worst thing you can do is give me feedback on a name. Well, that's not it. What drove me crazy is like when we were doing the, what was that stupid town? Waukesha, Waukesha, Wakasora Wombat, whatever. And everyone's like, excuse me. It's 13th century Indian, and it's called. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody really is gonna care about this. Listen, I'm a hockey guy. I know Dino Ciccarelli. I understand. I understand. There's Italian names. Fugaz. I get it, but I'm not Italian. So Andrea from Europe is Andrea because I don't care. My name's Michelle. No, your name's Michelle. And it's going to be Michelle forever. It's like when people, I would be in California, they'd be like, that's not my name. My name is Rodrigo. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. And I'm not going to say it. I'm like, excuse me, Rodrigo, could you come here? No, it's Rodrigo. That's it. That's the best you're going to get from me. You're lucky that I even remember your name. So if you're going to watch a video, because of the algorithm and because it sucks, could you please just say, wow, what a good video. So when Facebook Nazis read it, they go, oh, there's a like, there's a comment, there's a share. We want to share this video versus it's not how you pronounce the name. It's actually 18th century French Huguenot. I don't care. I don't care. All right. Are we good? Okay, we're good. Waukesha. Fucking don't care. Waukesha. Because the funny thing is you got a person Waukesha, you got another person that says Waukesha, or Wakesaha, and everybody says it different, okay? How do I know this? Because I am from Tomball, Texas, where one of the most ridiculous spelled words ever is Kirkendall. And there is no way, unless you live there, do you know how to pronounce that, okay? There's people call it Kukendile, Kukendale. I've heard everything. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Because here's the point, and here's you. We're not talking about proper pronunciation for Italian names, okay? Good. Jim Brown says, you're good. No, you're one hell of a running back. Amazing. When I start talking, French, that really throws them up. I've heard that, Carrie, is that some people can't like the show. They can't share it, everything else. You know what I mean? All right. Right, Tom, exactly. Then it should be spelled Waukesha. Yes. Otherwise, I'm going to pronounce it phonetically because that's the way you do it. Okay? And it doesn't change the video. You know what? Can you imagine, this video sucks. I hate this video. Well, his name is Chirelli. Oh, well, now that I know that, this video's banging. This is the best video I've ever seen in my life. All right. I had to get that off my chest. It's been bothering me for like 3 hours. And she's a lovely person. And she's like, I know this is going to make you mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm exasperated. I don't get mad. I'm exasperated. It's like I just spent 3 hours on this video and you want to correct something. Make your own video so I can correct your shit. By the way, after you correct me, karma bit you in the ass, Jen, because you spelled Vindman wrong. There's no E in it. It's Vindman. It's not Vindy Man. So how does it feel? Nana boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo. I'm better than you do. I hope you watch this and you learn your lesson or ever correct me. I'm not really mad. We're going to have a good show tonight. I have a feeling it's going to be a good show. Tammy says, life is too short and complicated. You argue over pronunciations, pronouns, and things of that nature. Yeah, Tammy, you tell her. Knock it off. Knock it off. We won't tolerate that type of stuff here. The Don't Unfriend Me show. You take your proper pronunciation and you shove it. She's a sweetie. She's a nice lady. I don't know why she thought I'd be mad. I'm not mad. I'm just, we got some good stuff tonight. I've done some digging in the archives, the annals of history. Oh, I'm sorry, the annals. Nachitokis Parish. Nachitokis. Coaches. Chito coaches? Choches. Nachitokis. I don't know. Nachitokis. It's 3 syllables. It's Native American, so 3 syllables. Nachitokis. Is that correct? Nachitokis. Nachitokis. Parish. Tell me I'm wrong, Melanie. Matt, you say my name right, and my nail lady can't even do that. That's right, Santana. I do. Nachitokis. Parish. But see, like, when it comes to hockey, but see, this is instead of saying, wow, you know what? You pronounce so many things right. You got this one thing wrong. Big deal. Big deal. I'm not fired up. I'm having fun. Okay, so I went through the annals of history. Natokokis? Natokoke? Oh, it's silent? No. Is it French? Quickly. Thank you, Bobby. We love you. You're the best. Natokoke. Is that really it? It's French then? That is deep into the bowels. Yes, the anals. Tell me, Melanie, no. So it's French. It's not Indian. These are clever ruses. I can't take this. This must have been influenced by the Apache or the Mohawk, by the French. Come on. No, you better give me now I'm pissed. Now I got to find out the etymology of this. Really? Is that how you say it? See? Hold on. It's worth the time. I'll stay late. It's worth it. Okay. Aha. Used for both the city and parish in Louisiana. It's French, but Native Americans. Oh, that's not how you say it. Nashutish. Is it Nashutish? From Nashatosh. The pawpaw eaters, referring to the pawpaw fruit. It's got to be some French in there. Oh, that's cool. See, I love good words. See, this is Nashutish. It isn't French. It comes from Native American Nashutish tribe, part of the Caddo Confederacy. However, the parish and city were founded in 17 by the French explorer. Ha ha ha! Fucking, this is what we do here. 1714 by French explorer Louis Jacques de Saint-Denis. The Nashutish became the oldest permanent European settlement in Louisiana Purchase history. Oh, can I have some music? Come on. How many hosts can do that? Nick Fuentes can't do that shit. Name one person who could do what I just did. Knew it was French. And you didn't, there was nothing about Louisiana. There was nothing. It was by pronunciation with the ES being dropped off, which is it's a French habit. It's a complete dog shit. It makes every word absolutely fucking impossible to pronounce. Listen, I'm going to leave. That's good enough. Fuck it. I'm done. If I don't get $300 for that alone, who's going to hit goal right? Seriously, we're done. We're done. We're out here. Bye. Leave it.
This is the Don't.
All right. I'm not going to leave. I should leave. That was solid. Seriously, just pulled that right up. It happened today too. With the trivia question for today, I got it right. JD is going to shit himself. Ask Olivia. I got it right. I got it right. And this trivia question was tough. Okay, let's get going. Jade, I got it right. You didn't stump me. Listen, man, play me in Trivial Pursuit at your own peril. Like when we get together, if this concert thing's going to happen, yes, I look like a Major League Baseball umpire. Shut up. I know. I was like, do I have the chest guard? I was like, ball, hey, you're out there. All right. So we'll get together and we'll play some Trivial Pursuit. And I'm going to play like all dummies against me. We'll just do what we do with my family. Like when in-laws come in, it's like everyone who's not a spear over here and everyone who is over here. That's the way we do it. All right. Matt did a whole show in 15 minutes. It's pretty impressive. Okay, so I went through the annals of history, but the thing is I may go squirrel, but I bring it right back. I always bring it back. Ball four. Take your base. I do look like an umpire. A pretty well-built. Okay. So I went through the annals of history, and I found a couple things. One is that Governor Mussolini, also known as Hochul, or Hochul Yule, Kathy Hochul from New York, you know, Donald Trump, this is martial law. This is racist. Stopping crime in the U.S. is racist. So what you're trying to say is only minorities commit crime? Oh, Kathy. You know, Damani called this 2 days ago, and he's like, I'll bet you $1 billion that they go ahead and say that federalizing D.C. is going to be racist. And lo and behold, here they are. That's what they said. That's what they said. Jose says, Matt, are you starting to get a little stressed out? No, man, I'm having fun. Can I have fun? Fun, goddammit, fun. I used the Lord's name in vain, sorry. I haven't done that in like a year and a half. No, I'm not stressed. Do I seem stressed? No, I'm not stressed. I'm having fun. Can I have fun? Can I be in a good mood? You know, I mean, is it not allowed? Do I just have to come up here and just throw peanuts at the monkey? Is that what you have to, you know, is that what it is? No, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a great mood. I'm not stressed out. God, talk about a buzzkill. I finally am doing something. I'm happy. And God, maybe my SSRIs kicked in. Kathy Hochul pretty much just said that all minorities commit crime because you can't be racist because white people, remember, black people can't be racist. Neither can Mexicans, neither can Chinese. Only white people can be racist because that's what the left says. There's no such thing as black racism. There's no such thing as reverse racism. There's only one-way racism, and your white privilege is the problem. So Kathy Hochul, by saying that it's racist to stop crime in D.C. or New York, is pretty fucking racist. And I cussed. I'm sorry. I know you people shared me out. I'm sorry. But I am in a good mood, damn it. Here's your video. Watch this. This is interesting. Got a donation already. Look at this. Gosh, 2 of them. David Wagner. Is that my David Wagner? Is that my good friend Apple David Wagner? You've got to be shitting me. Is that Davey Wagner? Brett Writing? Game Crazy? Hollywood Video? David fucking Wagner? Is this my guy? David Wagner, that is a name I have not heard. If that's David, then brother, thank you for the donation. And I love you, man. I hope you're doing well. Are you still at Apple? If it's you, what's going on? What's new? A blast from the past. I always wonder if people who used to work with me, you know, look at me and go, what the, who, Matt Spear? He's a Nazi Trump guy. He's an orange man, Cheeto loving, Nazi, racist, xenophobe, homophobe. Is that him, Matt Spear? If that's Dave Wagner, Dave, I love you, buddy. You better get in contact with me. That number's changed. Reach me, Matt at the Dumb Show, DUM. Love to see you. Love to catch up, man. Want to know how writing's doing? I don't go to my Facebook page anymore, so you probably saw me over there. All right, here's the video. Kathy Hochul. I want you to listen to the words because it's amazing. And this was on Fox. I remembered this interview. And I'm like, wait a second, it's not going right in my head. Something's up with this. Let's watch it. Listen. See if you can get the oxymoronic statement from this lady and understand what she's trying to say.
My job is to keep people safe. I have to, any way I can, I'm going to keep New Yorkers safe. And I'll tell you who does show appreciation for the people out there on the streets. I've been walking the streets. I walk into business. People are just saying, thank you for taking such strong action. I needed to do something dramatic and quickly to send a message that you will not get away with committing crimes in our subways. My job is to keep people safe.
Wow. So let me get this straight. Donald Trump putting National Guard in any city is martial law. You don't even know what martial law is. It really just makes me laugh. So it's martial law. But Kathy Hochul does it in New York, and it's keeping people safe. I understand now. I didn't understand, but now I understand. I completely understand now. Makes complete sense to me. So essentially, let's make sure I get this right. If you're a Democrat and you allow crime to run rampant in your city and then decide to use the National Guard, you're a hero. But if you have espoused that New York from the pulpit, from Wall Street, from Trump Tower, and said that New York is crime ridden and just completely a cesspool, and have touted that Rudy Giuliani was the best mayor that state had, then you're a Nazi. Got it. I got it. Because now they're saying this is what Adolf Hitler did. No. That came after the gold stars. That came after the rat feces and dog feces being thrown. That came after the gold stars. That came after the night of breaking glass and shattering businesses and excommunicating the Jews from the villages and putting them into the slums and the sewers. No. This came much afterward, when the military basically entered and started rounding up citizens. Folks, that's Project 2028 or 2032. We're way far. We've got a few years before we get there. We're not going to start putting people in cattle cars for a while. Slow your roll. I mean, this is just like, we're just playing here. We're just seeing how it, like a game called Just the Tip to see how it feels. We're not even really messing around yet. You people are so stupid. You're such liars. It's all you do. It's all you do. That's all you do. You just lie. Because here's Eric Swalwell. I know we're going to talk about Russian collusion. I showed you a video today of Adam Schiff and took Adam Schiff to the cleaners. Well, here's the Chinese spy mother humper who went ahead and slept with the Chinese spy Fing Fang. You know what they say about sleeping with Chinese spies? You want to do it again 30 minutes later. God, Swalwell looked like a doofus even then. He's lifting weights now. He benches like 125. Bro, I curl 125 combined. That's right. That's right. I'm exaggerating. It's 260, so it's 120. But it doesn't matter. It's still, for a 51-year-old male who used to be a specimen. No, I never was I was a broken down, out of the military. You can ask Dave Wagner. I was a fatty when I worked for Apple. Oh, man. Dave Wagner's just going to watch from afar. Trust me. Dave's a quiet one. Dave has career. He's in the corporate world still. I'm out. I left. Get the F out of there. And he probably won't. He knows I love him. That's all that matters. Anyway. So here's 2018. Here's Swalwell, who literally looks like a Ken doll that somebody did a hair transplant on. I mean, look at that thing. Can you say hair plugs for the win? He literally looks like a mannequin. Kat Alkire, $5.65. Thank you, Kat. Here is Swalwell. Fang Fang went ding dang. In Flim Flam. Here it is.
Looking at whether we could prove beyond a reasonable doubt conspiracy to...
Oh, what a dork. Oh, he hasn't gotten any better. How did that Chinese spy swallow that? Just like, oh, God. Oh, my God. I had to sleep with a fat Russian last month, and now I've got to do this dick dork. Oh, look at him. Look, he just smells like cheese through the monitor.
Fraud the United States. Those are the.
Aren't we working on that? I mean, we've been working on that for a long time.
Well, not with the obstruction that we continue to see. The continued undermining, the trying to.
So that's it? That's all you got?
No.
Okay. So what's the part I haven't heard? Tell me. I'm waiting. Because I want to look. If he's.
It's right in front of your nose, Tucker.
Tell me what
it's right in front of your nose.
Is it another press conference he gave with more secret messages, or tell me?
Again, Tucker. When we look back on this in 25 years, we're going to be amazed at how much of it was right in front of us.
Oh, dude. You don't make 20. What are you, Nostradamus? I'm going to seal this envelope. I've got 1,000 predictions here. On the skin of virgin elk, burned into it. We're going to read this 1,000 predictions. Ladies and gentlemen, this summer, Nostradamus in 1,000 predictions. You don't do that in 25 years. Wow, dude, you have a really long... What a runway. What a runway to see 25... I mean, you're not even playing 4D chess. Swalwell is literally, if you were to look up a human butt plug in the encyclopedia, it's that guy. I bench 125. Wow. Congratulations, Jim. Congratulations. You're pushing all that estrogen out like a madman. But here's the thing. This is what they do. They lie. They've been lying. They're constantly lying. That's all they do. Barber says he looks like the Count from Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3. Santana says, I don't even think I could fake it with him. You would have to, you know? But you would stall for like, could you make me a sandwich? A sandwich? Sure, I'll be right back. Here you go. Oh, that was delicious. Thank you. Could I have some chips? Chips? Yeah, sure. Comes back. Here you go. Chips, nice and fresh. Oh, thank you. Can I have a New Belgium ale? Sure. I don't have any New Belgium ale. Is a Coors Light okay? No, it's absolutely not. No, I just can't stand anything but a New Belgium ale. I'll be back. Okay. Have fun. 25 minutes later, because he works in the base of 25. Honey, I'm home. I've got your New Belgium ale. Oh, sweet. Thank you so much. Here you go. I wanted it in the bottle. Shit. Runs back. Here you go. It's not warm. New Belgium ale is just atrocious cold. Santana would be doing everything she could. Oh, God. What a putz. I can't stand that guy. So this is the common thread. We know it's the common thread. This is what they do. So Will Kane. I've got some advice for Will Kane. Not that Will Kane needs my advice. He's killing it. He's doing great. Kid's smart. He was always such a great opposite of Pete Hegseth. And I really like his show. No more coffee for you, Matt. I haven't had any coffee. I've been working out, so I'm feeling more energized. Not as sluggish, you know? Cocaine. That's been kind of nice. Carrie says, I can't get out of my head every time Swalwell cut the cheese on camera. That was a cheese reference, you know? Just, excuse me. So, Will Kane, new show. He took over for Neil Cavuto on Fox. And he's doing a good job. I mean, I really am. I'm happy with him. But he took his first L. Now, somebody, no, he didn't. He didn't lose. He's amazing. Democrats can't. No. He wasn't ready for this. And James Tallarico came on his show and decided to do something just completely out of the norm for Democrats. He what's in my cup? It's my workout drink. This is a blueberry BCA. There's no stimulant in it. And then this is aminos and protein orange. No sugars. No. Why do you think I'm... Listen, is it that fucking rare that I'm in a good mood? I mean, seriously. Tammy, welcome to the show, by the way. You walked right in the middle of this. People are saying that I can't be in a good mood without being drunk. Seriously. Or mad. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Matt's pissed. That he's in a good mood? I don't understand. Just suck it up, people. You want to keep pissing me off? Don't donate. That'll really get me fired up. Okay. So this Tallarico guy, you may know who he is. But James Tallarico is in Texas. I think he's a legislator. He's one of the complete vaginas who ran away from Texas and left quorum. Basically said, if we don't get our way, we're just going to run away like petulant children. We're going to pack 2 bologna and cheese sandwiches, a half-eaten bag of Cheetos, in a brown paper bag, wrapped in a handkerchief on a pole like a hobo, and we're out the door. Mom and Dad, we're moving out. We're leaving. And they run away, knowing full well that they can't stop this. Angela Hill is $25 to get the night started. Come on, dummies. Thank you. 110.65, 1/3 way there. I love it when we do it this way. Yeah, my hat's not on backwards. That's a great point, Tom. See, Tom's a longtime viewer. He knows. He knows. So anyway, Tallarico and the Texas 12 or whatever it is, they can't open quorum, and they can't go ahead and do the vote on the redistricting or gerrymandering. Let's call it what it is. It's gerrymandering. We completely embrace it. We're just doing hey, it's the Democrat 2-step. We're doing it too. Good. Outstanding. So Tallarico says a couple things in here that are completely not true. Just complete lies. Frank Riley donated $22.13. Hi, Matt. Do you think these intel dumps on Schiff and Swalwell will lead to anything? If not, lie to me. We're going to talk about that. Thanks, Frank. It's a good question. We'll have a little bit on that tonight. So Tallarico goes on Will Kane's show. Now, Tallarico looks like an evil Ben Shapiro, with a whole lot of evil and a lot less Jewish. And he's good. Listen, I've watched a lot of politicians. I've studied politicians. I've worked with politicians. I have worked with special interests with politicians, with Comcast, with Apple. And I can tell you he's solid. This is a guy you're going to want to watch out for. And he's not an idiot like the Mondani jerk-off who is a socialist, communist jerk. Joanne Townsend, $10. Thank you, Joanne. Love you. You're the best. So I can't resist. Love this show. Well, we love you too, Joanne. So Tallarico, I know this is a long way around the barn. Just be quiet and just deal with it. So Tallarico comes on. Will Kane houses him. And Will Kane gets the shock of his young interviewer life. He's short in the tooth on this. He's kind of a newbie. He's the FNG. For those of you who don't know what an FNG is, Google it. New guy. And he's the FNG. And he's doing a great job. But this is his first big challenge, in my opinion. And he didn't have the facts. And he kind of got cornered. And he allowed this guy to come on for 10 minutes. And if you don't know during that type of guest what they're going to say, then you're at a disadvantage immediately. And he should have known that the Democrats were going to come after Will Kane. He's doing really well. His time slot's doing well. Of course, they're going to put Tallarico on there. I invite Tallarico to my show. If you can find it between running away and dodging bullets in Chicago, would love to have you if you decide not to be a coward and feel for your testicles and find them. Would love to have him on my show because there's some things that I would like to bring up to him, which we'll bring up in the video. So let's watch the video, and then I'm going to watch Will Kane's response, which was great. But Will, here's my advice. Just move on. Chalk it up, bro. You're gonna take the L's sometime. It's okay. I personally haven't, but that's, I don't have the quality of Tallarico calling me either. I have little Groiper Nazis and a bunch of people who smelt like Beatnik and Birkenstocks who call me. So I'm sure if I have a show your size that occasionally I would take the L. And you're so gracious and such a good dude. You didn't know that this guy was just going to straight up lie. He's going to be a politician, and that's what he did. And I think after 24 hours of reflection, Will realize he didn't lose. he just can't lie as good as this POS. Here's Tallarico. Here's the video. Watch this. This is an interesting
But when
study.
you're winning in Illinois, you're happy to play by these rules.
Again, I've condemned all gerrymandering across the country. And in fact, when Democrats had a majority in Congress, they voted to ban gerrymandering in every state, red states and blue states. Do you know how many Republican members of Congress joined them in that effort?
Which one? I'm sorry. Which state did you just refer to?
I'm asking, do you know how many Republicans joined Democrats in the U.S. Congress to ban gerrymandering? All the Democrats voted for it.
I don't know. I can tell you how many Republican states actually voted along civil rights while 13 other states in the South sat out. But you guys like to pretend that there was some big great awakening and party switch that didn't take place. And we know this because it took you 20 years to vote for a Republican, which would have been Ronald Reagan. So from the 1960s all the way up until 1980, 1979 to be exact, you didn't vote with the Republicans. So don't tell me that there was a great party switch, because it didn't happen. What happened is people like Harry Reid. People like George Wallace went ahead and did the one thing that we never thought would happen. Strom Thurmond. They all decided to stop being Ku Klux Klan grand wizards and realized that the way it was going to shift and the way that the entire party was shifting is that they would have to go ahead and absorb the South. Now, the interesting thing is that the South is Republican now. But instead of you guys simply saying, oh yeah, how about this? Maybe they learned. Maybe they matured. Maybe there was a maturation process after losing literally half of their young fighting men to a civil war, being 2 decades behind the North as far as infrastructure, and how to re-envision irrigation and agriculture to move into away from slave labor into a paid labor situation, set them back, where education wasn't the focus, but literally breaking your back like a mule was. Because literally everything changed after that horrible, horrendous war. So if we're going to sit here and pretend that the South was not behind in so many different ways that took generations to get out, instead of simply saying that the South woke up, that the South has become more inclusive, that the South racist days of its past are not all the way behind them, but they have made leaps and bounds. In fact, places like Oklahoma and Nebraska and Arkansas and North Texas probably have a little bit more racism than the South if you actually want to do the numbers. I'm pretty confident Kentucky's up there too. Maybe West Virginia. And gosh, doggummit, if you go out and listen carefully on the ground with your ear to the ground outside my front door, you might hear some crosses being burnt from the local Cluckers chapter, which is in isolation here in Virginia. And they like to say Virginia's the South, but that was really more of just semantics. But here's the thing. I can change the topic all damn day. And that's what he's doing. And Tallarico's good at it. So what is he saying? Well, you had a chance to stop gerrymandering. Well, there's a reason that it comes with that too, is that gerrymandering, as you call it, or what Republicans call it, is redistricting, is a necessary process based upon the ebbs and flows of the constituency and their political leanings. And when done correctly, is a very important tool for the majority party. And if you are going into what we considered a red wave, and it was, considering we took 7 swing states, the gubernatorial, we have SCOTUS, we have Senate, we have the executive branch, we have the state legislature, you have the gubernatorial, you have the mayoral races, all Republican. You're not going to give up your ability to redistrict either. Because if we look at the time frame of what the Democrats did in the 2020 census, there was more gerrymandering than you could shake a stick at. Massachusetts, Boston, New Hampshire, Maryland, California, New York, all were done. And Republicans are saying, wait a second, time out. California is looking very different than it was 4 years ago. So is New York. Massachusetts is a fucking liberal hellhole. That's never going to go anywhere. I mean, they don't even border a Republican county that has any district representation. I mean, that is a stronghold. But later you'll hear him talk about a Republican governor, and I'm going to shed light on that. So Will Cain isn't loaded with that. He should be. He should know this. He should be able to rattle this off as fast as I can. But he doesn't. And this is where Tallarico smells blood.
0 Republicans voted for it. 0.
It's an odd.
So
it's
this,
an odd.
you can spare,
it's an
you can
odd,
spare
it's
me
an
the
odd,
both sides rhetoric. It's clearly one side that is trying to rig the rules in the middle of the game. This is like 2 football teams coming out of the locker room at halftime,
No.
and the team that's ahead says they want to change the rules for the second half so they can win the game. All of us would be throwing food at the TV if that happened. We don't accept cheating in our politics. We don't accept cheating in our relationships. We shouldn't accept cheating in our elections.
You've done the same thing as us, and we are going to, by the way, if you do it, we're going to ratchet it up even more, in the words of Gavin Newsom.
My party has never gerrymandered in the middle of the decade at the request of the President of the United States, nor would we. The only way this is going to happen in blue states is if Texas executes this power grab. You mentioned mass.
All right. So I just got a comment from a viewer, and I always love this because good comments. Greg Carlisle says, read the Lincoln and Douglas debate. I have. Make your point. Do you want to talk about Lincoln's, his flip-flops and his essentially 1/3 answer that he always gave? That slavery would destroy America, destroy the United States. Ending slavery would destroy it. Not doing anything would destroy it. And staying out of it would destroy it? Is that what you're referring to? Lincoln's comments about keeping some slaves versus all? I just want to know what the point is. So let me know, because I've read them. Would love to hear your take. But it always interests me when people say, hey, read something. And I'm like, okay, why? Why do you want me to read it? I'm assuming that's what you want me to read. Because that's the argumentation that comes from it, is that Lincoln and the North were slave owners long after the South relented. And that's true. Of course it's true. We know this. After the surrender of Appomattox, there were still slaves. There were slaves in the South. There were slaves in the North. We know. They were slave owners. And Lincoln wasn't all about abolition. Lincoln wanted to find a way to compromise the abolition. Because what Lincoln did know is not because he wanted slave labor, because the North was already, from the industrial standpoint, moving into the future. One of the most innovative and advanced countries in the world. And we found this out into the Industrial Revolution. We found this out with our car making capabilities and our small appliance capabilities and our engine technology. The United States literally saved the world in World War II because of its manufacturing capabilities. It was an innovative giant, and the Industrial Revolution is a precursor to all the things we're talking about. So yes, the North, 100% was not dependent upon slavery like the South was. The South, from an education standpoint, from the ability for production and revenue growth, from a taxation standpoint, everything they did was centered around slavery. So it's not fair. It's not the same type of thing. But my point about this is, if you take a look at Lincoln's whole idea was, is there a way that we could do partial? And the reason why is because Lincoln knew that a war was coming. Lincoln knew that this was going to divide the United States. He knew that people were going to die. And no matter what happened, whether they stayed with slavery, whether they went against it, or whether they were passive, that it was going to kill the United States in one way or another. And because of that, and more importantly, came the 3/5 compromise. And this is where Democrats say, okay, this is how you knew that Lincoln, that all of it, even the founding fathers back then, they found black people to be less of a person. They found black people not to be as equal as a white man. And this is the biggest effing fallacy that Democrats espouse. Yes, they were slave owners. Yes, equal rights really only impacted white people, if you want to be honest. But white men didn't have the rights that you're saying they did back then. Because there were white slaves too, male and female. We had to fight an entire war. Two of them. One is the American Revolution against tyranny to establish our sovereignty, and one was to literally root out the largest atrocity that the Brits figured out before us, which is how to end slavery in the United States. England was first. They did it first. That's the only thing that England's probably ever done right. We'll go into them a little bit later. But the thing I'm trying to make is about the 3/5 compromise, which was not a decision to keep black people down and saying you're only 3/5 of a person. That's not what it was. Yes, that's the simplistic way to say it. What it truly meant was that there were 4 million slaves in the South and people who had matriculated into the North. And the moment that you made them free and gave them an equal vote and an equal voice and equal representation based upon the Constitution of this country, and you went ahead and created them and gave them the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the South would have taken over those votes and taken over the North through politicking because of it. Because if you would have added the Southerners and you would have added the slaves, you would have outnumbered the North, and they would have voted out all representation from the North, and they would have forced these slaves to do it, and we would have been fighting the exact same war a couple of years later. So they made the 3/5 compromise to say, yes, that your vote is 3/5 of a person in order to keep it equal. If they wanted to do that at all, they would have said it's the 1/5 compromise, and then they would have had a 2 million person advantage, but that's not what they did. They made it fair. They made it equitable. They divided the lines of the United States based upon race, color, and creed and matriculated into people, a populist movement. That's what the 3/5 created. So every time someone comes in here and goes, Lincoln was a racist, yes, the Irish were enslaved in this country in the beginning, so were the Chinese. Yes, slaves were every race, color, and creed. Yes, you're absolutely right. The Chinese and the Irish and African Americans built a lot of the railroad. You're right. All right, good conversation. Now, let's go into the rest of this. Since we've addressed that one part about gerrymandering, now he's going to go into something else, so let's listen to it.
Massachusetts. Do you know the party of the governor that signed that map into law? He was a Republican. It was a Republican governor that signed that map into law. So,
all right. So here's the thing that people need to understand. There is no governor in Massachusetts who proposed redistricting because it's not allowed. The governor of Massachusetts can't do that. The governor of Massachusetts has veto power, but considering that Massachusetts is completely run with Democrats, they hold the majority. In fact, if you take a look for Republican seats in Massachusetts, I don't even know if there are any. The governor signing that was literally inevitable, had to happen, because either A, he would have vetoed it, and then they would have had a 2/3 majority to veto his veto, and then his signature wouldn't have been required, or he goes ahead and signs it and moves it forward. It's a simple surrender to the principle. The governor cannot redistrict. The governor cannot gerrymander. It's not his job. In fact, he has absolutely no power whatsoever to make any policy when it comes to redistricting. So this is a lie. This is a complete fallacy. It's a straw man. Will should know this. Will doesn't know this. And it makes Will look bad. Charity Lamb donated $5.65. Thank you so much. Here's the rest.
I just want to be clear with our facts, and I don't want to muddy the waters.
Liar.
All of us, whether we're Democrats, independents, or Republicans, we should stand up to politicians who don't want to face accountability at the ballot box. That's exactly what's happening here. And I asked you, if Republican policies are popular, why do they need to redraw these maps? Why can't they just run on their policies?
I'm getting wrapped.
That's a really, really good question. Why would Republicans need to redraw their maps? Because the current districts have already been gerrymandered, and they are not indicative and reflective of the voting population. Therefore, you are allowed to redistrict based on only one thing and one thing only: political affiliation and precedent. You can't do it by race. You can't do it by color, creed, demographics, financial disposition, education, religion. You can only redistrict based on a political affiliation. Everything the Republicans are doing are 100% above board, 100% legal. And the precedent was set long before us. And they have used it in places that I already told you, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, California. They are going to continue to use it. So when he says, well, if you're so popular, why redistrict? Because you're allowed to. That's why. And you're taking advantage of your political mandate that you received in 2024 by putting Donald J. Trump and red everywhere in every key position along the union. That's it. Period.
Time. I'm enjoying this conversation. I want to let it go on, and I apologize. That's such is the nature of cable television.
Okay. So Will had a chance to
when
think
you're
about
winning
it.
in
Now,
Illinois,
I want to let you know, when you have a producer in your ear who is sitting here and you have to sync commercials because CNN and MSNBC are going to go to commercial, you follow what the producer says because they're going to flip that off no matter what. Anybody who's watched the transition between the Will Cain show and the Five knows that whenever he goes over, they just cut him off and go right to Greg or right to Judge or whoever it would be. It's not Judge anymore, but right to Jesse. And the reason why you know this is because if you go watch MSNBC right now, wait till it goes to commercial, then flip to CNN and flip to Fox, I guarantee you those two stations will be at commercial as well. Same thing with OA. Well, it's not OAN anymore. With C-SPAN, they're the only ones that don't. C-SPAN doesn't sync its commercials. But if you go to Newsmax, same thing. They all sync their commercials, and they literally have a dead zone point. A dead zone point is like 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, when they're lower. They have the lowest viewer ratings ever. It's literally right before 5 because people on the East Coast wake up pretty early. So they do it like between like a 3:30 and 4, where they will do a reset, where if they are out of sync with CNN or out of sync with one of the big channels, they will literally resync. You'll see the program just stop and commercials are running. You're like, what the just happened? They do that so you will not flip to another channel. And they are okay with that, so they keep the status quo on the Nielsen ratings. Their entire job isn't to grow market share. It's to make sure their market share doesn't leave. CNN has the market share that they wanted. Then it left. Now they're struggling to get it back. Fox doesn't necessarily need more market share. They've got what they have because there's only so many commercials they can send. There's only so many hours in the day. And there is a point where your channel becomes so popular that commercial revenue is a secondary type thing. You've already maxed it out. There's only so many inventory spaces you have that you can sell commercials. So Fox wants to get to that certain threshold, about 65% saturation. About a 4.1 to a 3.5 on Nielsen ratings. That's what they want. And as long as they get that and maintain that, they really don't care about anything else. They'll make their money off of book sales. They'll make their money off of selling, airtime for special events, or they'll sell a digital subscription or whatever. That's what Fox does. So he's getting pushed to turn off the feed, and the producer's going to go to commercial. So Will does that. Now, of course, Tallarico comes out and he just says, I just went on Fox News to tell the truth about redistricting power grab in Texas. I asked a simple question. If Republican policies are so popular, why do they need to redraw these maps? Why not run on their policies? And it's completely disingenuous. To sit here and say that Will was trying to run is fictitious and disingenuous. Here is Will's answer today, and I figured it was good enough to put it up and show it to you so you guys can understand. Here it is.
And if that wasn't enough, what Tallarico did on social media was deceptively edit our 10-minute conversation into about 70 seconds. And if that wasn't enough, what Tallarico did on social media was deceptively edit our 10-minute conversation into about 70 seconds of what he thinks are slam dunks, what I think are clearly lies, with no response from me. And makes it look like we said goodbye, it's short on time, we have to go, we have to run. I gave Tallarico 2 more minutes after telling him we're tight against time. He used that time like Jill Biden to talk about breakfast tacos if that makes him a Texan. Where I come from, being a Texan is someone with a steel spine and something between their knees, between their legs. That something gives you the integrity to tell the truth. Now, I don't know what the voters of Round Rock, Texas think about what it means to be a Texan, but if Tallarico is any evidence, it means being a fraud. A fake man of the cloth, someone who's as comfortable lying as he is breathing, or as comfortable lying as he is running to Illinois. I will say one thing. Mark Cuban is right when he posted on X. James Tallarico is going to go as far in politics as he wants to go. He is good. He is a good politician. Is defined by his ability to lie. And I have no doubt that will make him a star, Cuban, as a Democrat. But what I also think it makes him is an absolute fraudulent man of the cloth. An absolute fraudulent man of God. Somebody without integrity, somebody without honor, and somebody who has the inability to tell the truth, who lies the entire time he runs to Illinois.
I got to say, that's a scathing rebuke that should have been done in real time. So chalk it up, learn from your mistake, be prepared next time, and know who you're facing. You know the talking points. They're easy to beat. I heard them 2 weeks ago. I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. Any caller wants to call in 276-200-2105. I'm ready. But here's the thing. You can't possibly know everything, Will. You're new to this game. And lo and behold, these people play for blood. They are politicians. They have no scruples. They have no morals. And they are nothing like you. You're a good dude. You're a man of faith. You're a family man. You're a God-fearing man. You're a patriot. But perhaps just a little naive that this guy was going to play fair. Now you know. And you'll come back stronger next time. I love the rebuke. You should have done it in real time. You would have crushed him. And you should have him back on. And the next time, make sure that his nose gets bloodied and not yours. The one thing that you can take to the bank when it comes to liberals is that they're always going to lie. They don't know the facts. They're surface level. They're like an onion. Once you peel it back, it stinks and it wants to make you cry. But peel you must. And as soon as you get past that foily, thick skin and that subcutaneous layer, and once you dive into it, it pretty much just falls apart. You just got to get past that exterior. The last offense is going to be their noxious fumes of lying, deceiving, and then they're going to turn around and they're going to start blaming you. Then they're going to start telling you how you're a racist and you're the problem and your whiteness is the problem, even if they're white. Just be prepared for all those things next time. And also know the law. Know state law more than federal, because that's another thing liberals have no idea about. Sure, they can use the Constitution for their benefit. They wipe their ass with it all the time. But if you know state law, you'll crush them. You'll absolutely crush him, because he doesn't know shit about Illinois law. He doesn't know about Massachusetts law. He's a Texan. He doesn't know anything about that. I guarantee he doesn't. So you should have known what they were going to say. And that's the hard part about this game. And it's easy for me to sit here and look at it in hindsight and go, oh, but know your shit. That's all I'm saying. He did a good job. If you haven't watched Will Kane, go watch him. He's an up-and-coming star. He's a really good human being. He's pretty amazing. Speaking of Fox News, got some news about a mass cartel takedown. I don't know if you guys had a chance to hear this. Probably most of you didn't with the news cycle. This was pretty much ghosted. Liberals aren't going to cover this. Of course they're not. I mean, that would require them to do their job. This was an unprecedented move by Mexico. You remember when Donald Trump said that Mexico was going to pay for the wall, and they did through USMCA? Just simply what we saved on the trade deficit on that paid for the wall. People are like, well, it's not the same thing. You said they were going to write a check. If you actually thought that Mexico was going to write a check to the U.S. government, you're an idiot. But anyway, Mexico extradited 26 high-ranking cartel leaders, including top figures from the Sinaloa, the Jalisco, and Noresta cartels to the United States. One suspect is accused of involvement of the 2008 killing of an LA County Sheriff's deputy. Attorney General Pam Bondi says these men brought violence and drugs to American shores and will now face the full force of U.S. law. This is unprecedented, this move. It's unbelievable, because the Trump administration designated cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. This forces Mexico to have to cooperate and extradite these assholes because they're terrorists, and it's international law at that point. Barbara Stewart donated $50 just because. Barbara, thanks. That's amazing. $50. We need it. $198.43, 2/3 the way. I love donations like this because I don't have to say anything. Just make it happen. Just be like, oh my God, here you go. Take it. Now let's not talk about it anymore. So this is a historic win on drugs and crime. Here's the video, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Enjoy this because you probably didn't get a chance to see this, and you should. It's important, damn it. Here it is.
On to a Fox News alert.
Holy shit. Come on, Elon. Balance your audio, dude. It's not hard. It's literally it's a line of code that if these decibels are eclipsed in this video, you bring it down. If they're not, you bring it up. I mean, come on. You can send a man to frickin' Mars, or you send a rocket to the moon, or wherever the frack you're doing now, put a brain chip in, create robots, but you can't create volume control, a 1980s technology on websites. Come on, Elon, get your shit together.
Mexico has extradited 26 high-ranking cartel members, including top leaders from the Sinaloa, Jalisco, and Noreste cartels to the U.S. That also includes one suspect who is accused of participating in the 2008 killing of a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy.
Look at no photos. Holy crap. I mean, these guys are big time. I mean, these are the question marks, you know, the invisible man that you see on the pegboard when the DEA is trying to draw yarn lines with thumbtacks to who's who. None of these guys have pictures. I mean, just look at the names. All of them are three namers. Wonder if they took their boyfriend's maidens' names. Now, don't kill me, okay? Seriously, it was just a joke.
Attorney General Pam Bondi writing, quote, "These 26 men have all played a role in bringing violence and drugs to American shores. Under this Department of Justice, they will face severe consequences for their crimes against this country."
From what I'm reading, these 26 individuals, cartel members or leaders, I believe that the U.S. promised to seek the death penalty in order, as part of the deal to get them here. What's Mexico's, what is their incentive to send those folks here?
Well, if you remember, when the Trump administration designated the cartels as a foreign terrorist organization, obviously the Mexican government got incredibly nervous about that because that gives incredible power to the U.S. government to pursue the cartels. So the Mexican government is now cooperating with the U.S. government because it does not want U.S. forces going into Mexico to take care of the cartels, which have been a direct threat and have been terrorizing Americans, in which this administration is clearly not going to tolerate it. So what I find encouraging about this is the collaboration now between the U.S. government and the Mexican government, so that, the Mexican government doesn't get any more of the direct kind of ire and attention from the Trump administration.
Winning.
Yeah, a major win for the Trump administration because the last place these 26 cartel leaders would want to be is in U.S. custody. And our relationship with Mexico is unique when it comes to trade and also immigration. The timing of all this, what do you think about that and why this is happening right now?
Well, of course, President Trump is also threatening increased tariffs against Mexico. But really, Mexico still wants to be considered an ally.
It doesn't hurt when you have a squadron of F-35s flying around Baja, Mexico, literally every day, and sending in KC-135 refuelers and sending in drones and tasking satellites to map the cartels. The United States is in a intelligence gathering status at this point. Their position and their standing is, and posture is from intel collection, which is prelude to war. They're learning the cartel's infrastructure. They're learning their command and control. They're learning their routines. They're learning on where to hit them and cripple their production labs, where they store their cash and their money, all of it. And they're just waiting for Mexico not to do anything. Donald Trump's not screwing around. Mexico knows this, and because Donald Trump is, I'll tell you what, this would not surprise me. He goes in, he whacks the cartels. He goes in, it's going to take a year and a half to hit the cartels. It's not going to be super easy. He's going to have to get dirty. They're going to have to go on the ground to do it. Special forces alone aren't going to do it. Using Reapers is not going to do it. Using Jewish space lasers isn't going to do it. You're going to have to get down and get dirty. But if Donald Trump puts boots on the ground, he's going to take Mexico City too. And he will literally take Mexico. Does anyone doubt it? Donald Trump, he hasn't done it yet, but he doesn't seem like a guy that plays for loss. He plays for keeps. And if the Mexican government is going to play games and they're going to play grab ass, Donald Trump is literally just going to take Mexico City and clear out the corruption And he'll do it all, and he'll call it liberation of the Mexican people. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, is it going to come to that? Absolutely not. But if it did, it wouldn't shock me. It just wouldn't shock me. The guy doesn't screw around. So Mexico knows this. And Mexico may talk tough on the international stage, but honestly, they need the United States. And if they don't, they understand they're going to be selling rubber dog shit and little talking chihuahuas when people go and visit Juarez. Otherwise, they need to do what America says, and they are. That's the way this works.
Of the United States, and in that press release that the Trump administration released designating the cartels as a foreign terrorist organization, it developed in that release the connection between the Mexican government and the cartels, saying the Mexican government cannot tolerate the cartels. It certainly cannot enable and be enriched by them. And there's been a U.S. concern increasingly that the Mexican government's not cracking down on the cartels and in fact is becoming enriched by them. So it's the combination, I think, of the U.S. government threatening increased tariffs and also taking a more adversarial look rather than a look of an ally and a trade partner.
Literally, the cartels, what people don't understand is the cartels are like the 7th to 9th largest freestanding army in the world. I mean, they have got 75,000 troops, small arms fire. They have mechanized vehicles. They have a lot of other little gadgets and doodads. They do not have integrated air defense systems. They do not have a command and control communication setup, but they do understand the area that they're from, and they do understand from the Afghanis of how to defend their country. And they're doing very much like Al-Qaeda and ISIS did, and Muslim Brotherhood and Hezbollah and the Houthis and the Yemenis. They understand tribal warfare, so to speak. They use fear. And they have a network of people who, once again, there are very little identifiers for ideology. And that was what made it so difficult in the Middle East to identify terrorists. Identifying cartel members is also not the easiest thing in the world. It's not like every one of them drive Lamborghinis. It's not like every one of them have a sign that says, hey, I've got Gucci and Prada on. They've learned to stay low key. They have learned to keep their money hidden. So to think that they are going to be that easy to snuff out. This is why the Mexican government needs to do it. They can handle it the best. And we can support however we want to. Elizabeth Hall donated $5.65. Thank you, Elizabeth. Folks, we have to take a break real quick. Olivia's here. We have a trivia question for tonight. If you guys don't know how this works, Olivia's going to explain it to you. Our good friend JD Stillwell hosts a trivia question. He donates $10 in your name. Olivia, you want to tell him a little bit about it and what it's all about?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So JD donates a $10. We have a trivia question every night, and you need to call or text, 276-200-2105. During the commercial, Matt is going to put the question up. In order to win, you have to have the correct answer and have your first and last name with the answer and be the first one to get the correct answer. If you are, you will get the money donated in your name from JD Stillwell.
Right. What's really cool is that we have a lot of people who are reaching out to us throughout the day on the chat and the text line. So remember, it's 276-200-2105. Yes, I understand. Some people are saying I suck at texting. Yes, Miss Townsend, we understand. But this is the way we do it. You don't get anything. You just get your name up in lights and you win the trivia question of the night. It's a fun little thing we do. This is our donation commercial. I'm very happy where we're at. We're $200 and it's not even, usually we're not there until after 9 o'clock. So we're close. We're going to put on this commercial. Would appreciate it if you guys get your donations in. We can have a solid, great hour. We've covered a shit ton. We can cover more. Listen to this, and the trivia question is popping up right now. Remember, name, answer. Okay?
First and last name.
And it's a 2-part answer tonight. It's not a 1-part answer. Okay? You need the location and the year. Location and the year. Olivia will tell you, I got the location.
Yes, he did. He did.
Thank you very much. She didn't let me guess the year. She told me before I guessed. Here it is. Listen up. See you in 2 minutes.
Adjusting transmitter output.
Just kidding.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations. But after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
For those of you who are visually impaired, in what year was the first school established in what is now the United States, and where? In what year was the first school established in what is now the United States, and where? And if you are hearing impaired and visually impaired, you're screwed.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so frickin' I can't do it. I can't untighten it.
That's what she said.
That's what she's... Oof. Coming in with it. Y'all are a bunch of Google and Chat GPT mother humpers. Ask Olivia. I didn't use it.
No, he did not.
Can't believe you guys. Cheaters, off with your heads. I appreciate it. I get it. I'm a loser. Pound it.
Child.
By the way, we got like 425 people on. I'm going to start doing more solo shows. 276 right now on.
Yeah, your solo shows rock.
193 on Twitter. 19 on YouTube, meh, and we had 75 on Facebook, but we're playing the commercial. We'll be right back up on there. We almost had, I think, 85, 90. Anyway, here we go.
15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Told the VTuber.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready, set, Ethan.
Break.
Ready, don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready, set, action. No, whoa, director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something.
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
Better at all.
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm going to owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Yes, thank you for your support and thank you for playing along. We're going to expand this trivia thing. We're going to do it where it's a multiple choice thing, where as long as somebody gets the answer within a certain period of time, it's going to be $1. And we're going to break JD's bank.
So I think we're going to do it on Fridays. And as long as JD gives me the approval, and we'll have a multiple choice, A through D. And within the time of the commercial, which is 2.5 minutes, the amount of people who send in the correct answer, he will donate $1 per every correct answer.
Yep.
That is received. So that'll be a once a week, maybe, as long as he's cool with that. Also, if anyone else would like to have their question, just message me or email me, olivia@thedumbshow.com. Or if you would like to do the donation and the trivia question for an evening, please let me know.
I'm also thinking of a couple of other things. One is that we're going to bring red versus blue back. We want to do that. And that's going to be like a once a month thing. We're going to have some prizes and stuff and do that. We're still working on the coins thing. We need to get a hold of Megan and just, she's been busy.
Yeah.
You know, her son had cancer. I mean,
what else does she have to do?
Get your priorities straight.
Come on, Megan.
And then I want to do like against the host. And I was thinking of, you could come in and Olivia would ask random Trivial Pursuit and you could take me on.
No one. Don't call. Seriously, you will lose.
So I think I'm
already going to tell you right now, you will lose.
I think that'd be fun. So we should do that. We should do random Trivia Pursuit and you can take the host and, you know, kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And do like 10 questions or something, and we'll see who can do it. But we'll come up with it. All right, so here's tonight tonight. I gotta give honorable mentions. We're gonna do our top 5. Well, number 5 was Matt Hollanday Sauce. Matty Howanitz came in with the answer correct. Jennifer Garlett actually came in with correct. You guys cheating. Santana Westhoff, correct. Melanie Marino, also correct. But number 1, who has been trying for like 4 nights and is so close, literally a hair each time, finally cheated correctly.
Finally cheated correctly.
And the number is?
Carrie Spricks, ding, ding, ding. You are the winner. The answer was 1635 in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts.
And the name is the Boston Latin School, and it is actually still alive today. It's still in school, is in session. I couldn't think.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just letting you know I had the year too. I'm just letting you know.
So anyway,
I had the year. I didn't have the name of the school. I had the state, city, and year. But the only reason I did is because that was from the Chicago. I remember exactly where I read it, which was when we did the episode for the Chicago Unions, the dance off of the teachers. Remember when we did that fake video?
Yes.
I read it then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You remembered that from 3.5 years ago?
Yeah. How much shit do I remember from high school and college?
That's a good point.
And Intel. I mean,
Good point.
So what is Red versus Blue? Red versus Blue is, I'll tell you in a second. I want to say thank you to Daryl Forsyth. Now that's new. That's a first-time donator. I haven't seen the name Forsyth. Daryl, thank you for donating. We appreciate it. $234.08. So Red versus Blue is, we have a game board, and you see, Olivia, whatever. It's a full game board. It's got a scoreboard and everything, and you basically buzz in. And now that we have Zoom, we can do real-time buzzing in, and you can do raise your hand. So, and we ask a question, and then you answer it, and you get a point. And whoever gets 3 points first gets the prize. We've done gift cards and stuff. I think we're going to do some shirts or something, or maybe a book or 2. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do.
All right. Good night, y'all. I will see you Friday.
Oh, Luann Felsky. Now that's...
Nope,
she's done 4. Yeah.
Yes.
$30. Thank you, Luann. $264.08. We're getting really close. See, this is what I'm talking about. If we could just do every show like this, new people, everyone just pitches in, just get there, and then we're done. Love you. Looking sexy. I sent that. Did you not get my text? We did. We got everybody's text, Patricia, but you placed a little far back. But it doesn't mean we don't love you. You just, we got like 45 texts. So we would love to read them all, but I kind of have to do the top 5. And those are the people who get it in first. So got to be quick on the draw. Got to be ready. Got to be ready to go. And it's fun. We'll keep doing this. 300 people. Holy crap. What a busy night. 205 on Twitter, 70. All right, let's rock and roll. We got more to do. See, I can do this all night. This is when I'll stay 4 hours because I'm not going to. Chris Matthews. So Chris Matthews is on with Mika Brzezinski, and they realize Democrats have been duped by Trump into defending violent crime. Of course it's a trap. Of everything that Donald Trump, I've told you this, his entire policy is the 80-20 rule. And I'm sorry you heard it here first. Everybody knows that. You heard it here first because we were the only ones talking about the 80-20 rule. We did it 6 months before he was president. That Donald Trump was making a shift, that he was going to shift into abortion and actually become a moderate. He was going to turn it into an 80-20 rule by taking the moderate position that the left had surrendered. Then they would have to declare that 9 months was okay, that even after birth abortions, not completely disavow them. This is what he's been doing ever since. A lot of people think that Project 2025 was Trump's. No, Project 2025 was to gaslight the Democrats to the left, to get them to push further away from Republican policy, to make them look extreme and say, well, we have to divert ourselves. There has to be a divergence in our policy to be even further away from Project 25. And Donald Trump's like, Agenda 47, bitches, I'm not doing 2025. What are you guys talking about? They tried to sell that. They tried to sell that apple cart and everything else to everybody. Nobody bought it. And Donald Trump is actually coming out to do some very moderate things that the Democrats have done, but now they're completely against. And it's flawless. It's excellent strategy. And it comes from the house of Corey Lewandowski, who doesn't get enough credit and should be considered one of the best political campaign operatives in history. Look what he did for 2016. Look what happened in 2020 when he went out and they switched it over to Kellyanne Conway. And then look what happened when literally 16 months outside of the election, Corey Lewandowski comes in for Donald Trump. And I told you, I'm like, this is that. Trump's going to win. You'll see the shift now. He's going to move. He doesn't need Nikki Haley. He's going to come on the side of abortion. Remember, I told you guys that. And everyone's like, dude, abortion needs to be a hard no matter what. It's against God's law. And I'm like, okay, but we're not going to win an election if we don't. And we did. And the reason why we won is because Donald Trump went to the 80-20 rules. That's simple. Janet Crenshaw, $10. Thank you, Janet. Longtime listener. We love you. So here's the video. Chris Matthews coming in. I mean, literally, it's just verbatim. Merry Christmas. Listen to this. And I despise Chris Matthews.
And the murder rate. You can't keep saying violent crime is down, but the murder rate's up. To the average person, the murder rate's about life and death. You don't brag about a rising murder rate. And the Democrats are, I agree with you, Mika, they're falling into the trap of defending what's indefensible.
It's a trap. Yes, it's a trap. I mean, if it's not a winner politically to say, oh, you're wrong, look at the data. Because, you know, if one violent crime happens in a very heavily populated part of the city, people hear about it and it's visceral. They don't want it. And they'll gravitate to the person who appears to be doing something.
It's not appears, lady. They made 100 fucking arrests last night. 100. And they're in 2 areas. The National Mall and the Navy Yard. 100 arrests. Imagine if you give this guy the opportunity to go into Baltimore, go into New York, go into Pittsburgh, go into Detroit. Let's go into Los Angeles. Let's go into Watts and Crenshaw. Let's take our country back away from these unfucking ruly thugs. Pardon my French. I'm sorry here. There, I blocked myself. I'm sorry. I'm passionate. I grew up in California. I grew up in Oxnard, Ventura, Satakoy. I know what it looks like. I grew up on the west side of Ventura Avenue. I know. They only understand one thing. This is what you get. 100 arrests. And it's going to be more because the more emboldened they become, the more impacts they're going to make. And just remember, everyone's been giving me a hard time about the Washington, D.C. video I made in regards to the lawlessness and the numbers. Do you guys remember? I showed you this last night and the night before. That video should be viral. That video should have 10 million views. It doesn't. And the reason why it doesn't, I don't know, maybe I'm ugly. Maybe I'm 51 years old and people don't find me interesting. Maybe I talk too much. I don't know what it is, but at least the facts are there. They are presented for you and nobody else is talking about it. All they're doing is saying, well, they just don't want crime to be stopped. Stop it. Hit the facts. Take out their numbers. Tell them what's happening. Show them what's happening. Because I'm going to show you right now that everything that I said last night and the reason why crime is down has nothing to do with their policies. It has to do with them canceling pretrials. 87% of their pretrials are being thrown out the window before they even see the light of court. 56% are actually being unprosecuted, and the prosecutors are not filing charges. Those are not counted into the crime data. And if that's happening, there's a reason why. And it all falls into the Washington, D.C. complete bullshit D.C. bill. 173 House Democrats backed this bill to reduce penalties for murder, sexual assault, robberies, carjackings, home invasions. Those are all the numbers that are down. Here is proof, because don't trust me. Trust Claude Jean Pierre, KJP, the most trusted press secretary in U.S. history. Here it is, straight for you. Now you tell me I'm wrong. Oh, just bring the facts. Call into the show, you cowards. Off with your heads. Liberals, you're a bunch of pussies. None of you will face me. You try to face me in the comments, and about 2 seconds afterwards, you're like, oh shit, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm out of here. I'm popping smoke. Get your ass in here. Have some courage. Get Tallarico. You're not doing anything. You're in Chicago. You probably have a male prostitute and you're getting shot at in the Motel 6. Call me. Try to Will Kane me, Tallarico. I will fucking serve you your lunch. Here it is. Watch this.
I did talk to the team, and we have a couple of things that I just want to lay out for all of you and on what the DC bill does. It reduces maximum penalties for offenses like murders and other homicides, armed home invasion burglaries, armed carjackings, as I mentioned, armed robberies, unlawful gun possession, and some sexual assault offenses. I did talk to the team, and we have...
You what? Can we hear it again?
A couple of things that I just want to lay out for all of you and on what the DC bill does. It reduces maximum penalties for...
It reduces maximum penalties on the following.
Offenses like murders and other...
Murder?
Homicides.
Homicide?
Armed home invasion
Armed home invasion burglaries?
Armed carjackings, as I...
Armed carjackings?
Mentioned. Armed robberies.
Armed robberies?
Unlawful gun possession.
Unlawful gun possession?
And some sexual assault offenses.
And some sexual assault. Like grab him by the pussy? Can Donald Trump get off for that now? I mean, you guys are okay with frickin' everyone doing it in D.C. Can Trump grab him by the pussy now without you guys saying anything? Oh my God. It's almost like I just slapped you. You guys got a giant purple-headed yogurt slinger tattoo on your head. Thwap. They're liars. Off with their heads. They're all liars. That's all they do is lie. And they're up there, and you know what, people? It's all right at your fingertips. All of this information, it's right there. God, we used to have to work for it. I'd have to go get newspapers and microfilms from the frickin' library. I'd have to look at microfilm to look shit up. You've got everything right here. All you got to do is know how to find it. All you got to do is search. All you got to do is start building databases on this crap, because the narrative is going to change in 6 months. The narrative is going to change in 2 years. It's going to change in 4 years. It moves too fast. And what they hate today, they will love tomorrow. And what they love tomorrow, they will hate a year from now. There it is. Everything I told you, everything I said is in a video clip, and Claude Jean Dam Van Pierre told you all about it. We're going to have harsher, lesser penalties. We're going to start going ahead and looking at these youth, these impoverished youth. They're good boys and girls. They don't mean to curb stomp people because they're white. They don't mean to deal drugs. They don't mean to drive by and shoot little Steffi Susie Smith, who's in her crib sleeping as she takes a round to the temple. Bobby Richardson, way quicker. Thank you, hon. You're the best. 304. Yes, thank God. We're hitting goal. Doesn't mean we should stop now. Keep it going. Let's make up for the last few nights. So this doesn't stop little babies from being killed in their cribs. It doesn't stop mothers and fathers from being gunned down. What this does is it excuses it. It masks the epidemic. It cloaks it. And all these lying liberals who say, oh, well, look at the top murder per capita states in the union. It's all red states. Yeah, you're absolutely fucking right. And the reason why is because the Democratic blue cities are modern day slave plantations where literally 51% of the crime in the United States happens in 3 cities. If you take out 3 cities out of the equation, do you know we dropped to like 278th in gun crime? Yeah. If you look at the homicides by gun, there are 3 cities that own most of it. These are Democratic strongholds. It's not the rural areas. It's not white people killing white people. Are you shitting me? There is a reason why disadvantaged black youth are being killed, and it's not because of cops. It's because of black on black crime. It's gangland violence because you have given people no options. You stuffed crack in their neighborhoods in the 80s. You penalized them with unbelievable, unfair criminal penalty with 3 strikes, you're out, and criminal reform that wasn't reform. And then you said, well, that's not fair. We gave them crack. We went ahead and got them with unjust penalties. So let's just let them run free and rampant now. As long as they vote for us, you are the problem. The common denominator between all these cities, it doesn't matter if it's black, if it's Chicano, if it's Asian, whatever it is, these and white, these areas have one thing in common. They are run by Democrats. They are Democrat strongholds. There are no more blue states. There are only blue cities. And these cities monopolize like a fucking virus. They are the locusts. And it is the only reason why Democrats are still strong. And here's the reason, because they keep their people in the dark. Because the narrative that they have is so damn strong, and they are locked down. And the values of black people and Mexicans who are in these cities are being told by their family that whites are racist, that the government is racist, and they're living in the 50s and the 60s. We have moved on. They have not. But man, this culture needs to stop. There needs to be this hatred towards the inner cities needs to stop. We've got to get business in there. We've got to do tax incentives. We've got to get these businesses to take a risk, give them tax deductions to build their plants inside these cities, to stop the railroad track mentality. But the first thing you got to do is clean them up. And you got to send in the National Guard. You got to go ahead and weaponize these fucking 3-letter agencies, and you got to take the fight to them. Cartels are running this. They are running the crime in these cities, and they're using kids because kids cannot be held accountable, because all these major cities has loosened the laws against kids, thinking that's going to help them, when all that does is encourage them to get away with more. These are the simple things that will fix it. And Donald Trump knows it. So just sit down, shut up, and let the man cook. Woo! Love this stuff. No, I will not run for office. Don't even ask. This is usually, oh, you need to run for office. No, I will not. Should I play the Patrick Bet? Yes, I'm going to. Patrick Bet David. I like him. I like him a lot. And I'm probably too old. I'm probably too old to get into this game. With the amount of people, with the amount of talent that's out there now, there are plenty of people much younger who can do what I can do, who can relate to this new generation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll have my Mike Rowe moment. Maybe I'll have my Johnny Carson moment. Maybe I'll have my Rush Limbaugh moment. You know, maybe. But I'll tell you what, it's not going to stop me from having an opinion. And Patrick Bet David has made it. The PPD podcast is huge. And although I'm not a big fan of his hosts, even though the one guy's hilarious, it's funny. You got the one liberal, and then you got the one guy who's like ultra right. They're funny guys. But PPD is what makes that work. He makes it work. And he's very good. And he gave some advice to Nick Fuentes that I gave Nick Fuentes, which he didn't hear because he doesn't care about me, and he has no reason to. I already pissed off the Groypers and got their panties in a bunch, and then Nick is in a twist. And they don't want any of me. Because I don't buy into their bullshit. I don't get into their semantic arguments. I deal with things that are really weird called facts. They hate that shit. And I always ask the question, okay, it's the Jews. What's your solution? And they won't tell you because they don't have one. Because the answer that they want, which is kill them all, that's not the answer that they're going to say. What's the solution? How do you want to stop black crime? How do you want to stop the Jews? How do you want to stop them? What happens when we stop paying the Jews? What happens when we stop defending them? What's going to happen? Muslims going to take over. What's the next war? How many years do you think it's going to take before the Muslims start killing each other again? You want to see Iran, Iraq Part 2.0? Do you want to see Egypt go ahead and do another civil war? Do you want to see Saudi Arabia bombed by Iran? By Yemen? By Lebanon? Do you want to see Syria and IRGC rise up and start pushing into other territories? UAE? You want to see the Gulf closed? You want to see the Suez closed? What do you think is going to happen? Same exact thing's going to happen once you take the Jews out. What are they going to say? Well, I don't care. I'm America first. Well, guess what, folks? If America first means not having any allies, if America first means not actually defending people, then what is this country worth fighting for? I can't stand these fucking people. America first and only America, nothing else.
With all due
These are the ass clowns that would have let Hitler continue. These are the people that wouldn't have pushed Admiral Yamamoto back into the Sea of Japan. These are the people that would never have gotten involved in anything, and we would all be speaking German and Japanese because of it. They just don't understand history. Their little soapbox cards and their little dietary supplements of small matchbook topics. They just don't prove anything. America first does not mean not taking a stand. America first means putting our interests first, and it's in our interest to make sure that the Middle East stabilizes, that we use their energy instead of using ours. We don't have to be globalists. We don't have to be the world police. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we should protect Taiwan. I'm pretty confident we should protect Israel. And yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure that they can have Donbass in eastern Ukraine, but anything else is off limits because it should be, because it's going to hit NATO, and that is a quagmire that leads to World War III because every fucking buddy's in NATO now. The original NATO is expanded into a Sam's Club. It's like an Oprah. You get a country, you get a country, you get a country. So, do I support Ukraine? No, I don't give a shit about Ukraine. What I care about is Russia pushing into Ukraine and then accidentally striking Poland. That's what I care about, because that's World War III. And yes, I care about Taiwan for another 10 years, and then I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I'm sorry. Sorry. My bad. I'm trying to stop the cussing. I'm doing the best I can. Give me a break. All right, so of course I care about Taiwan for 10 years until our semiconductor business is built up. Apple's building semiconductors. East Coast is building more AI plants, more energy, more semiconductors. So until TSM is off the ticker, I don't care. Until then, we defend Taiwan with our lives, because trust me, when Apple, who is one of the largest people in NASDAQ, and if they go bankrupt because they have a shitty phone launch and they don't sell their 120 million phones, that is hundreds of billions on the open market, and their valuation is going to tank. Apple is one bad phone launch away from literally crashing the U.S. economy. And anyone who doesn't understand that, I'm going to tell you one thing. Exxon, Mobil, Chevron, BP. Do a little research. Seriously, it's not hard. Just figure it out. Just look at what happens if we don't have semiconductor chips. Did you guys remember what happened in COVID? You couldn't buy anything. Everything has chipsets in it now. Refrigerators, iPads, your thermostats, your fucking doorbell. Oh, God. Here we go. Me cussing again. Everything has chipsets. On this table alone, just right up and down here, I've got like 17 things that have chipsets in it. Don't you remember what happened in COVID? You couldn't buy anything. You couldn't buy a webcam because it has a chipset in it. If they take Taiwan, the U.S. economy it's done, because the first thing China's going to do is stop all chip and semiconductors sending to the United States, because they don't need that revenue and they can use them themselves. They will supply the world with semiconductors. Everything needs it. You want to embargo China? Fine. Good luck not having any phones. Good luck not having microwaves, refrigerators, TV sets, video game system, watches, dildos. Dildos now have chipsets. Not the green ones, but the other ones. Everything has a chip. So we protect these countries. So America first means we're isolationists. No, you idiot. What are we, Ron Paul? Give me a fucking break. We stand up when we need to. Now, regime change? No. Do we need to go rebuild countries that we bombed? No. We don't need to do those things. We need to keep our bases all over the world. We need to make sure that we have the most aircraft carriers. Don't give me crap about hypersonic missiles. We already have things that can hit them. Give me a break. The United States is not going to float a $150 billion vessel and put it out there to get hit. We would never have went into the Straits. We never would have went into the Red Sea if hypersonics could take them out. Give me a break. Stop it. Think. Our countries are important to the balance of the equilibrium that's in this world. And we are one nuke away from throwing that off and putting ourselves in a perpetual tailspin. I don't want another Germany. I don't want that. I don't want another England. I don't want another China. I don't want another Japan. I don't want any of that shit. So I am going to show you Patrick Bet David's response to Nick Fuentes, and I'm going to have you listen to this because this is important. Because this is exactly what I said the other night. That when Nick Fuentes finds the touch of a woman and can stop saying just a few things, he will become a very powerful voice, and that should scare the shit out of everybody. This guy is literally running muzzled. Everyone's like, oh, he's so open and free, and he's so honest. No. He is still neutered. He doesn't say everything. And he will. And when he does, he might as well just put that little mustache right there, because that is exactly what he truly believes. Going to listen to this. It's a really good clip. It's a really good segment. I'm going to try not to run over tonight, but if I am going to go into overtime. So if we can push a little bit on goal, I'd appreciate it. Help us out. Here it is.
With all due respect, and you got to give credit where credit's due, he goes crazy. He cusses at Candace. He goes after Charlie. He's no hold but Milo, Tucker. He craps on all of them. And in that rage, whenever your name comes up, he goes, and PBD, Patrick Bet David, PBD podcast. It's like the fire calms, and then he goes back. Look at this. Look at this.
Night is still young.
Look at this. Look at this screen.
Played, Rob. Played.
I am America first. You are not. You're not even American.
Who is it?
And to the extent that you are, you're
Candace.
a traitor.
And Elon.
That's the last word on that.
No, it's not.
That's the show. Who is the Fed? Will the real federal agent please stand up? Who is it? Who's the real federal agent? Elon, Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, Tuck.
It's such a fucking soap opera. I mean, I am so tired of hearing, you're a Fed. You know how many times I've been called a Fed? And I'm just like, I'm sorry, is this a knock? I was a Fed. So, what? What? Yes. Should I hold my head in shame? What did I do? I was a Fed. I'm not a Fed anymore. Have you even listened to my show? Do you have any idea? I'm not running Oppo. I'm just calling out these idiots. Patrick Bet David says it best. You need to make some friends. Guess what? I've got friends. I've got plenty of friends. I've got all of you. I've got Barry Morgenstein. I got Ryan Weaver. I've got Chris Tonto Peranto. I got T.S. Dixon. I got Roseanne Barr. I got Laura Logan. I've got Damani Felder. I have made friends in this business because I don't burn bridges. Hell, even my good friend Dominic Izzo, who we disagree, or Terry over on Spreely, or my good friend Jason Shepard on Wimkin, or John Aldenuta, who's on Wimkin. I've got my friends. And because I don't burn bridges and I don't promise things that I don't deliver. Taiwanese Semiconductor. TSM is on the NASDAQ. TSM, Taiwanese Semiconductor, makes most of the chip. They make like 87% of the chipsets in the US. There's a few. There's some Dutch companies that do it as well, but TSM owns most of them. So PPD is like, if your star is on the rise and you're up and coming, you gotta get your friends. You gotta have some allies, some alliances. Nick shits on everybody. He goes into their den and he's nice and he's kind, and then he comes back to his house and he talks shit about him. That's what he does. And it's dirty pool, and it's a 26-year-old pimple-faced little Mexican gay-ass boy. Okay? He's Mexican. He's also a closet homosexual. If you don't it's not me ribbing. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to take after him, but dude, if your gaydar does not scream with Nick Fuentes, then you're just not paying attention. I know, Darla. I said my friends. I said you guys. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. Be gay. Be happy. But his history of people he chooses. He's now going after Milo Yiannopoulos. He was with Milo and him were with Kanye at Trump's dinner. Now he hates him. Laura Loomer and them got friendly. Now he hates Laura Loomer. He was like, oh, no, Candace doesn't like Jews, so I'm going to go on her show. Now he hates her. Now he wants to go after Charlie Kirk and Tucker Carlson. And I just, who cares? This isn't politics. These are fucking soap opera people. This is daytime Jerry Springer, and it's just replaced it. This isn't good for your brain. This is just a bunch of bullshit. But PPD has it right. The kid star's on the rise, and people are going to normalize him. And the thing is that there's going to be nobody left to call him out because people are focused on the wrong thing, that he's just a prepubescent little shit.
And George Farmer, the son of the head of the Alliance of Christians and Jews in the UK? Or the realest you know. Patrick Bet-David said, why do you say the N-word? It's to show people I'm real. Why do you roll out of bed
real as it gets. Here's my N-word.
Why do you
Fire
say
away.
you're going to have hate sex with Candace Owens? Why do you say...
You know, it's crazy. You can pause that here. Here's the thing. That I, you know, of course he's passionate. Crazy. He's 26. He's doing his thing. You know, if he would not use 5 words, they would play his clips on mainstream and would introduce him to a new audience.
Nope.
Yes, they would.
Yes,
Adam,
they would, Adam.
Let me tell you.
Yes, they would. Because MSNBC and CNN would hit him, and Fox News would retweet him because of his following. It opens up a demographic. The guy's got millions. Okay? You don't think that CNN wants to bring people in to watch their show, even if it's for a blip? Why do you think, guys and girls, why do you think that Gutfeld went on Jimmy Fallon? Why? God, can you figure this out? Do you really need me to spell this out for you? Why did Gutfeld go on Fallon? It opens up a vulnerable audience. Nighttime freaking talk shows are dead. Legacy media is dead. Fox is doing something different. If you don't think that Fox, look at Will Cain. When Sean Hannity's gone, they're not going to replace him. When Laura Ingram's gone, they're not going to replace him. They're going to make Will Cain's. They're going to do people like me. Better than me. People want straight shooters. People want honesty. They want it raw. They don't want this bullshit. This is why Joe Rogan is going to be successful for a long time. And even though they're going to say he's going to drop off, they've been saying that for years. He's raw. He's honest. He gives it to you. Candace is just a crazy ass. She used to be raw. Ben Shapiro is too, my name is Ben Shapiro. He's too robot. Nobody wants that anymore. And Ben flip-flops more than the International House of Pancakes. They want Rush Limbaugh. They want the truth. They don't want window dressing. They don't want pretty boys. They just want somebody to tell them the truth. This is why he speaks to so many. And Fuentes hits so many people because he just spits his version of whatever the truth is. But the problem is that it is truth mixed with a bunch of deceptive lies. The guy is good at manipulating his audience. Here's the rest.
Saying no. You're saying no. There's a lot of nopes you have to bite your, tongue right now. When you said nope, Trump won't win in 2016. Nope, Trump won't win in 2024. Nope,
Thomas,
a lot of nope.
Love you, buddy. I know what you're going through is crazy right now. I know a lot of people don't know about it, but we love you. We appreciate you, Thomas. Thanks, buddy.
Become yups.
Okay.
A lot of nopes.
How much you want to bet Nick Fuentes is never going to be played on mainstream media?
If he's he didn't say that to yourself.
He
Listen,
didn't say that. He's saying,
by the way,
let's make a bet.
Don't do that to yourself.
Okay.
Listen, I had a
$1 million PPD
no,
bet.
But don't let me put it. Listen,
I'm actually not joking.
It is more likely that mainstream's going to play his clips, if they haven't already, than Trump winning the Nobel Peace Prize. It is more likely that they're going to play his clips. But the only
If
thing
they're going to do a hit job on him, yes, they'll play his clips.
But that's part of playing his clips. By the
Okay.
way, guess what?
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. Okay, what do you mean? Okay. A part of it is he has to realize that he has play offense, give your arguments, have the receipts, go do your thing, all of that stuff. I mean, he has to have a quote like right underneath his iPad. I have met the enemy at his eye, Alexander the Great. He's his own enemy in certain areas.
Amen.
Because, as you're going up and you make enemies with everybody, you have to find ways to build some alliances.
Greatest quote ever. I have met my enemy. It is I, Alexander the Great. Remind me to do a show on Alexander the Great for you, because PPD has inspired me. Then you guys can send it to him, and hopefully he'll allow me to be on his show sometime. Alexander the Great, one of the most amazing military strategists in history. Just incredible battles. And the battle between Darius was just one of the greatest legacy-style battles. It taught so many different practical war study of today. It is still taught today in the Navy War College. I have met my enemy. It is I, Alexander the Great. And it is something that I live by. I am my own worst enemy. I am my own worst critic. And I get in my way so often. I let the little thing, I let the petty bother me. And I sometimes take shit out on people who don't deserve it. And that is my weakness. But I am not a bad person to be around. You can ask my guests. You can ask TS. You can ask. But there are times that I just get frustrated. And I need to learn to have my calm and enhance it sometimes and figure out how not to let things get to me. In a debate, that's easy. But it's the limitations I put on myself that is my worst enemy, and it is I. And the fact that PPD gave him that advice, he should listen to it. And I'm telling you, if he can stop the vitriol towards blacks, stop the vitriol towards women, stop the vitriol towards Jews, be opinionated. You want to go ahead and remove the 17th Amendment? Do it. Say it. You don't like the 19th? Go ahead. You don't like the 13th and 14th? Fine. Make the case. You don't think that blacks and whites should marry? Fine. State it. That's okay. You can say that. Janet Crenshaw, $10. I love it when you are like this, Matt. So passionate. Thanks, Janet. I love you too. Say those things. You want to go after Israel? Fine. Do it. But you don't need to make racial slurs. You don't need to go ahead and do it every other word. And you don't need to say things and embrace Hitler, because that's not going to get you where you want to be. Look at Stu Peters. I mean, that guy is completely off the fucking rails. Stu Peters should literally be kept in a glass jar and thrown out to sea. The guy is useless. But he's got his million, and they are going to feed him money, and they are going to keep making him relevant. But Nick Fuentes needs to understand is that this anti-Jew shit will stop. People will have enough. And when it does, what are you going to grift on? What are you going to do? You're going to change? You have to be fluid. The one thing I am not a freaking hot topic guy. I don't bring you stuff that's in the moment because it's cool or trendy. Mr. Holiday's $30, adding penalty box fee for using Google to help with a question. $344. Thanks, brother. You've got to be versed in more than just hating Jews and hating black people. You've got to be versed in more than hating Macron and his wife. You've got to be more versed in that Russia's good and I like my Cartelson money. You've got to have more breadth of knowledge. And that's the one thing Shapiro has. He's very, very smart. But he's been exposed as Israel first and not America first. And that is not going to get people excited. He's got to understand is that he is in the United States of America and he's speaking to Americans. He doesn't need to push so damn hard. America has no problem. Most Americans love Israel. Most Christians love Israel. In fact, it's our one area where we don't even question Israel. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can be loyal to Israel. You can be loyal to the Jews. I love the Jews. I absolutely have Muslims I love. And then there's Muslims I like, and there's a few Jews I don't like either. But that doesn't mean you condemn everybody. He's got to learn the patience. He's got to realize that, yes, they cancel him. Yes, they went after him. And he deserved it because he was a pompous little dick. But there's another side to this guy, and the one of two sides is going to come out, and it's the side that literally is going to resemble some sort of Austrian who talks about literally that one group of people deserve to be annihilated from Earth, or you're going to become a guy who's fairly well-rounded, who finds the love of a woman, who has a child, and yes, even though you think that that's not for you, like I didn't at his age, and join the military instead of getting married and having kids, that you're going to have to open that book that you say you read. And as a Catholic, really, truly understand what the words mean. Because what you're saying and what you're doing are not indicative of the Lord's teaching. You're using Catholicism as a stepping stone. You're using Christianity. And this is not Western civilization culture. This country was founded on multiple beliefs, multiple faiths, multiple languages, multiple everything that made us the greatest country in the world. And you're sitting here espousing that one race is superior to all. And that shit's been tried. And it ends the same way. Everyone who tries it. The people who utter those words wind up either dead with a bullet in their mouth or in jail for the rest of their life. Kid needs to figure out that he needs to be not so one-dimensional. Speaking of one-dimensional, the United Kingdom. Everyone knows that I'm not a big fan of England. By the way, 344.08 is where we're at. We're going into overtime. We're past 9 o'clock. It's a good show. We got 324 on right now. Twitter is just buzzing. 240. YouTube is where it's always at, 22 to 23. And then my 65 on Facebook. Can't crack the code. Don't know what it's going to take, but you know what? It is what it is. I want to see people transcend. I want to see podcasters that can, that's the one thing about this show, is that it doesn't always have to be about politics. We can talk about anything. And really, isn't that what it's about? Shouldn't it be about connecting with your audience? Shouldn't it be about having a relationship with the audience? And yes, I'm not perfect. I've burned bridges with my audience before, but you should try. You should try to have more than just a single one-sided vacuum conversation. Yeah, I mean, Mel, that's a good point. 4 years in the military would do Nick good, but he'll never do it. Nick isn't a military guy, but Nick should travel and see the world. That'd be nice. Meet some nice Japanese girl or something. Here's England, folks. All you got to do is wait around. All you got to do is wait around. England shows its true colors. You want to know why I don't like England? You can go ahead and call me a nationalist. I don't trust England. We're not far enough away from their tyranny. And they have used us. They used us with Iran. They used us in the Gulf. They used us during Brexit. The English should never be trusted. Here are UK female cops undercover for catcalls. Yes, and arresting people for catcalls, because these are signs that they're going to do things that are worse than this. Watch this.
These women aren't friends out for a run. They're actually undercover police officers taking to the streets in Surrey as part of a new operation trying to stop people catcalling and harassing female runners.
We get honked at, the staring, the hanging out of the window just to look at us, and it's so prevalent.
And police teams are ready to intervene the moment the officers are beeped at, followed, or shouted at, pulling people over.
Those kind of behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they still need to be addressed. And of course, the people that are likely to commit those kind of behaviours, they may then go on to commit more serious offences or more serious behaviour.
The Ministry of Truth in no other than England. Go figure, England. Oh, what a shithole. Place is going to be a Muslim country. 30 years, it'll be a Muslim country. Not only that. Oh, I had another video. Where'd it go? Oh, darn it. I got to try to find it. Here you go. 13-year-old arrested at a UK McDonald's over policy banning unaccompanied minors after 5 p.m. If you are unaccompanied minor after 5 p.m., you're arrested. This girl's obviously in school. She's in a skirt, school uniform. This is what they did to her.
No, you went to arrest. No, you went to.
Yeah. Go to McDonald's, 13 years old, get arrested. Welcome to England. What a shithole. I can't stand the Brits. They're arrogant, pompous dicks. Sorry. I'm a nationalist. You know, everyone here knows. And listen, I've got friends in England. I don't want to hear it. I played rugby with great people from England. I know a lot of people in the Royal Marines. I know the Royal Navy. I've got no problem. I know people who've worked with MI6 and the Royal Guards. I got no problem with English people. But there is something really wrong with that country. And they are attacking English people. And if you don't believe in the Great Replacement theory, just go to the UK. That place is no longer free speech. It is a complete shithole. And it is being run over. And it's the English who are doing it. Frank Wood, $25. Keep it going. Love you, Matt. Thank you, buddy. 369.08. We're almost at 400. That'd be nice to hit a 400 number. We're doing great. So no, you can't. How are you supposed to? Does anyone know that the entire planet needs to have kids? You guys need to understand this. We need to have children. We're not overpopulated. We need to have kids. Yeah, we have underdeveloped countries that are overpopulated, but not us. Have more children. But how are you supposed to do it? You can't even talk to a woman. You can't give her your phone number. It's a microaggression if you tell a woman she's pretty. Are you kidding me? How in the fuck is my son supposed to get laid when he's old enough? God, it was easy when I did it. I just walked up and I'm like, hey, how you doing? How'd you like to go back to my places and have a large pizza and fuck each other's brains out? What? You don't like pizza? How about we go back to my place and I cook you breakfast? You have to go up to a girl like that? Of course not. You go up to him, can I buy you a drink? What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this? You should come to my apartment. No, listen. You want to know how? Listen, I understand. I'm not Mr., GQ. I'm not anything special. But the one thing I was able to do is I'm a charmer. I've always been a charmer. I'm good at it. Always good at it. And you want to know what I did to make girls feel special? I would just listen. I learned active listening as a kid. And I didn't know it right away, but 18, 19 years old, I developed active listening skills. I do them on the show all the time when people are here interviewing them. I listen to them. When people call in, I listen. Holy crap, anyone knows I listen because Mel calls in. And I'm like, I sometimes go 5 minutes without going, oh, fuck, Mel. Okay, we got it, Love you, Mel. It's not hard, but you can't do that. Why aren't you talking? Why are you staring at me like that? You're hot. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? No, you're supposed to respect my mind. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. I got some of my drink on you. I'm sorry. Come on. My job is to spread my seed. Your job is to take it and have kids. That's our basic DNA. I want to have sex with you. You want to play that you don't want to. And you can either tell me straight up or you can be coy and aloof. And then the chase begins. And the moment that you say, get the fuck away from me, I take that cue and I leave. Otherwise, it's subjective. It's subjective. I will tell you this, as a person who considers themselves somewhat of an expert on the other sex, I will tell you most of the time when a woman says to you, I'm not interested, or they give you this, that's kind of like a buying signal. You ever walked into a retail store and the guy says, hi, ma'am, can I help you? And you're like, no, I'm just looking. 30 seconds later, you're like, actually, excuse me. Every fucking time. I've been doing retail for 30 years. And it's always the same thing. Hi, ma'am. Welcome to SaveSmart. Can I help you today? No, I'm just looking. 10 seconds. I just count 1, 2. Actually, sir, every fucking time. You needed me before you walked in. You knew you needed me, but your natural reaction is to say, no, I'm not interested. So is every girl in the world. And if I took no, like, hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? No. Fuck. Oh, maybe next time. Maybe next time. I'll foiled again. Dastardly women. If I took that rejection as, I would never have gotten laid. So I come back again. Why no? You're at a bar, you're drinking. You have a boyfriend? No. You have a fiance? No. Well, then why can't I talk to you? Am I that bad looking? No, you're not bad looking. Okay, can I sit down? Can I buy you a drink then? Sure. Every fucking time. How do you do that now? He's literally raping me with his eyes. What are you talking about? I just want to sit down and have a drink. We're in a bar. We're not at church. You're not at a nunnery. You're here for this. I'm here for this. Can we stop pretending we're not here for this? So either I'm your type or I'm not your type. Which one is it? You're not my type. Sweet. What about your friend? How's my son supposed to go through that? Now, you're with a woman and you start kissing and stuff, and she says no. Stop. She said no. Don't go any further. Don't push it. No means no in that situation. And yes, there's guys out there like, well, no, it's a suggestion. No, it's not, you fucking rapist. It's not. They say no, you stop. Ask my wife. First night I met her, I was used to yes. That was the summer of yes. And when I say it was the summer of yes, it was the summer of yes. And no matter what, I was on fire. I could have met a nun who just recently entered the convent and just did her vows of celibacy. And the answer would have been yes that summer. I don't know what it was. I couldn't miss. And I met Olivia. And we courted each other. And she wasn't interested. She had a fiance, for God's sakes. But I was like, there's my next 24-hour relationship. And I was determined. And she had a few drinks, and she wound up sleeping because I had the only bed. Mike had a bed. He was with his girlfriend. I had my bed, and she slept on the other side, king-size bed. And I went over, and I rolled over, and I went for a kiss, and she didn't kiss me back. And you know what I did? I stopped, I rolled over, and we talked all night. Yes, all night. And I got to meet her, and I got to learn about her. I realized I liked her. So what did I do? I slept with another girl to make her jealous because that's who I was. I was a pig. But what I didn't do was take advantage of the situation. I built a relationship on trust and I protected her. I protected her against a friend who was horribly rude to her. And whenever we walked across water, I would move her and redirect her. And I'd have her on the inside of me when we walked on the street, and I treated her with respect. Those are the things you learn as a young man. And if every woman took a guy who just didn't completely disassociate himself and not be interested and not push or try to get to know you, then the whole entire human population would completely falter, because women who go to bars get hit on by hundreds of guys. And if they just said, fuck this, and stopped going to the bar, we would never meet. We would never have relationships. This is what the courting process looks like. It gets old, it sucks, so stay home. Stay home. Don't go to the bar then. It's like literally going, oh, I'm going to a baseball game. This guy keeps offering me hot dogs. I can't stand this oppression. The phallic oppression of the buns and the penile hot dog is offending. Well, then don't go to a fucking baseball game. The bat and the balls is just cock oppression. Then don't go. Stay home. But let's stop lambasting males who are just trying to do what they know how to do, which is copulate. That's all they're trying to do, and that's all they're thinking about at that age. So, to England for arresting men who whistle at a girl or literally break their neck staring at tits as they jog by, welcome to America, welcome to the world, and welcome to the male and female dichotomy. And it's been going on since the caveman days. And thank God we don't hit them over the head with a club anymore, because it would be a lot fucking easier. You know, being a woman's tough. I get it. I'm with you. I'm all about feminism. Yeah. More power, burn your bras, go vote. What I'm not okay with is you objectifying men as just, well, me Neanderthal need vagina. me have sex in big wampum with woman. Give me a break. That's not what we're all about. But we do think about sex all the time. All the time. So stop pretending. That's why we have Women's Night. $2 drafts for women. Women get in free. Why? So the guys come to the bar. That's why. Ladies' Night is not for women. It's for men. Just in case you didn't understand. Oh, listen, I understand people want just me on the show more often. We're doing it every Wednesday. But I've got some really good partners. And I've got some really good guests. So we're gonna keep doing it. And you know what? I see the numbers. I do. I see the numbers. But you know what? I truly believe that Leeroy and I have a very special night. And I think it is great with Amy and Olivia too. We just need to make it. I've known about this. I suck the air out of a room. I've always done that. I walk into a room, I suck the air out of the place. I've always been that way. And it's not egotism. I'm not bragging, but I do have a certain personality that steals the oxygen out of a room. And when I talk, people do listen. I've got to be a better person when I'm with Olivia and Amy and learn how to not just have them there to talk, but have them there to contribute. And I've got to be a better host. So I owe that to my co-hosts. Leeroy has figured it out. Leeroy knows how to just get in there, and Olivia knows how to get in there, and Amy needs to know that too. So it's just me changing a little bit. It's just me being a little better. So I know what people are saying, okay? But we have a group here, and that dichotomy is amazing, and it can be successful across the board. I just need to maybe have these alone nights, to have that once a week, so I can be better when I have guests in the room. You know what I mean? And I think we are. I think the last few weeks since we've done the Wednesday thing, I kind of get that out midweek, and I've become better with Leeroy, better with Amy and Olivia, and I look forward to it more. Okay? So I'm with you. We're going to do it. Couple more, and then I got to go. Tucker Carlson. Tucker hosts a random Russian Orthodox who says that Muslims treat Christians well in the Middle East. There's no such thing as Islamic extremism, and Hamas are not jihadists. And that October 7th was justified, and Hamas fighters are just oppressed orphans. If this is what Roman Christianity looks like, Russian Christianity looks like, this is not a Christian. First of all, I don't even know if this is a guy. And what is Tucker Carlson? Do you know how many people I turned down to come on this show? I mean, I'm not kidding. I get some real wackos. This is not a joke. I mean, wackos who try to come onto this show. And I won't let them on. But where do you get this person? I don't understand. Here is this video, and Tucker is just driving me crazy. You know, I mean, seriously, here he is.
Because I don't think it's Islamic terror that's taking place.
Is that a guy? That looks like a guy. And I think the only reason you wear that is to hide your Adam's apple. That's not a woman, is it?
In the first place, I think we have to disabuse ourselves of that notion that this is a battle between Muslim and Jew, or that, you know, constantly you heard after the October event was that Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. Even to this day, we hear it's Hamas, yes. Hamas, Hamas. What is Hamas? Hamas are people.
No. Hamas is a terrorist organization. I can answer that question. Hamas is a terrorist organization that split off from different factions. Hamas was separatist from Gaddafi, and therefore the Israel government went ahead and chose Hamas to represent, and as a political entity, a lot of their beliefs were centered around philanthropic means, around the churches, around hospitals, and then they were radicalized. So, yeah, that's who Hamas is. They were an alternative to Gaddafi and the rebels, and they were radicalized by people of the Brotherhood and the Mujahideen. And once they became zealots and extremists, they slowly took over the country, and control was lost. And they were voted in by the Palestinians / Gazans, and they have usurped all authority to them, and they are a terrorist organization.
Have had their homes taken from them, who, if they live in Gaza, have not been able, basically been in an open air prison for certainly the last 20 years going on.
Mel's, don't listen to her. Don't buy into her shit. Don't let her. What a clever ruse, a cunning attempt to deceive you. Look at the smiley faces. Okay, I won't come on anymore. Shut it, Mel. Knock it off. I used to get all, is Mel upset? Not anymore. She's playing everyone like a fiddle. This lady knows I adore her. Whatever. Don't listen to her. Don't buy into her Canadian ruse.
Even when the Israelis withdrew from Gaza, they didn't leave open borders. There was no freedom for people in Gaza to develop their economy. If I know people who wanted to try to go to school in America and couldn't get out of Gaza, had a Fulbright scholarship and weren't able to leave.
I mean, couldn't get out.
Israel didn't give them permission. So what kind of freedom is that? If you live in Gaza,
they couldn't even fly out.
No, and their airport had been bombed in 2000 and early on 2000. There was an airport built.
2000 what?
Because
what are you talking about? What? This air prison thing is probably one of the biggest lies. They were under 100% Palestinian authority. (2005) 1967 to 2005, Israel maintained a military presence in civilian settlements in Gaza. Palestinians had no independent military capacity. Then in 93-95 was the Oslo Accords. You guys may remember this. They created the Palestinian Authority, which administered parts of Gaza, but under Israel's security and oversight. But in September 2005, Israel unilaterally withdrew its military and dismantled its settlements from inside Gaza. It became autonomous. It gave the PA more day-to-day control with Gaza itself. Israel still controlled airspace and maritime access and most border crossings, except for the Rafah crossing with Egypt, which operated under the EU monitor agreement and Israeli oversight. Gaza was still economically and logistically tied to Israel, with the PA could not freely import or use heavy weaponry, explosives, or materials, etc. But then between 2005 and 2007 in Gaza, 2006, Hamas won Palestinian legislative elections in mid-2007. Hamas seized full control of Gaza after violent clashes with the Fatah. Those were the PA forces. During the 2007 period, Gaza's leadership could carry out the same internal demolitions for infrastructure security reasons, but large-scale destruction of the territory, whether the military or political purposes, was beyond their logistical capability. Before Hamas took over in 2007, Palestinian Gaza under the PA had partial self-rule but lacked the sovereignty and resources. They weren't restricted from flights. They weren't restricted from education. They traveled to the United States. They traveled abroad. Some traveled to Israel. Give me a break. Give me a break. This whole thing to civilize Hamas, this is all bullshit propaganda. And he's housing this stuff. He's housing this stuff. It's ridiculous. I can't even believe I'm freaking on this shit. It's just, God. How does he have 1 million? Oh, forget it. I'm not going to do it. Okay, there's rumors President Trump is clearing all homeless people from all 50 states. It's a complete lie. Folks, would love to get to that 400 number. We are so close. I'm going to take it right till 9. So if you have any left, we are $31 away from 4. If anyone has it, anybody wants to do it, let's do it. I'm going to take it right till 9:30. So basically that extra half hour, I appreciate you guys for overdriving tonight. Thank you. It means a lot, but I am going to cover this. Starting from 4 a.m., Trump ordered the complete clearance of homeless people in the 50 states. Now, listen to me, folks. Living Patriots, Matt tests to scroll by chats and not engage in all trolls. What did I do? What did I do? Tom Shin says, I'm so confused. I thought Muslims caused gays to fly without wings. Yeah, don't get started there. That's a bad topic. But this right here, folks, this looks real. But there's things you need to listen to and watch. But listen to it. Tell me what's wrong with it. Here it is.
Trump announced, starting this morning, all 50 states across the United States will completely eliminate homelessness. This time, we will thoroughly clean up the country. He spoke bluntly on social media. Let our nation be safer and more beautiful than ever before. The policy is highly coercive. Those willing to leave will receive official assistance. Those who insist on staying will be directly classified as criminals. We will lock you up in the prison that belongs to you. There is no room for negotiation, no nice guy approach. Trump is confident, declaring that the speed will be as swift and efficient as the border changes, from millions flooding in over months to achieving zero. The operation has already begun in the dead of night. The president has begun deploying personnel from the U.S. Secret Service and Customs and Border Protection. As early as last night, these personnel could be seen patrolling the brightly lit nightlife districts of Washington, D.C. The homeless must leave our country. The campaign has begun in the Capitol, launching with force. The great President Trump.
All right. That is Mother Agapia Stephanopoulos. Great. I don't care who she is. She's a fucking wacko. What do you think he is doing, Vlad Tepes' solution? Like Vlad the Impaler? Is that what you're talking about for the homeless? Through fear and mongering? Yeah, I guess that's what they're thinking. So, folks, I know Mel was trolling me. That's why I said it. She knows. I don't need you guys to explain Mel to me, okay? I know Mel probably better than anybody on this whole fucking thing. Oh, I mean, not calling you a chat. I always respond. I told you there's exceptions. I have to. Like, you give me steak. I'm, like, counting the days down to December. I don't give a shit if you have a job or not. If I don't get my steak, I'm going to revolt. I noticed you wrote more on Leeroy's card than you did mine. You had, like, 3 words for me, but you gave him, like, a fucking paragraph. Whatever. Just saying. That video, it's all AI. Everything you just heard, it's AI. It's fake. It was all clips from other times, from previous administrations. Donald Trump speaking was an alligator Alcatraz. It's all fake. This is the thing you guys need to understand, is this is how it'll be weaponized. And honestly, it doesn't sound great, but it's getting there. And AI is starting to sound pretty convincing. Don't forget to continue to be frosty, be diligent, and to always follow up. That report is completely fake, and Donald Trump is not stopping homelessness in the United States. Here is, we're almost done. It's now 9:30. Got to go. Hey, might just have to live with disappointment on the 400. But it's still a great night, and I'm really appreciative. Thank you. You guys made it very easy. That's the way it should be. It should be easy. Just, I don't want to talk about donations all the time. I want to send you with this. These people were accosted at their peaceful protest. I sent you a book. You did. You did send me a book. Okay, Mel, fine, you win. Still, I'd rather have a steak. Here is this video. This is interesting, by the way. Just listen to this. But there is some vile language here. These people, this is our peaceful protest. As we literally, watch this.
42 years I've been protesting. I've never experienced anything like this.
Oh my God, you've done it 42 years? You're a Navy vet? Oh my God. You made like E4? Wow. Oh, go Navy. So our peaceful protest says Trump equals Hitler. You know, fuck you people. You know what I mean? And I know you're in Texas. I can see you're in Texas. I can tell by the speed limit signs. Give me a break. Trump equals Hitler. You know what? Even if you were right, you're still completely just downplaying the effect of the Holocaust and what Hitler did. Trump is nothing like Hitler. I have said it a million times. So this guy took listen, if I would have seen this, I would have done the same fucking thing. I'm not kidding. Pardon my French. Here it is. Hey, hay is for horses and cows like you. First thing I would have said.
Hey,
I love it.
being angry? Hey.
Yep. He gets to be angry. Well, if you get to put him up, he gets to tear him down. Sorry. It's not your property. It's not your property. You don't get to publicly deface property. He's a taxpayer. If you put him up, he gets to throw away the trash. It's not your public property. The moment you put it on government property, it's fair game. He's cleaning up the neighborhood. As you get to pollute, he gets to clean it up.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
He's not touching you. He's touching the sign. Get out of the way. He wants to clean up the neighborhood.
Dude, what is wrong with you? Oh my God. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Trumper! You're an asshole, dude. You're the fucking
Yeah, I am. I love this guy. Dude, come on my show. I love you.
asshole doing this, you fucking cocksucking piece of shit.
Ooh, language. That doesn't sound very peaceful to me.
This is what you fucking hit. Stand up, you're a pedophile, bro. Stand up.
Yeah, my pedophile, bro. I'm a pedophile. I'm a Hitler. I'm a Nazi. I'm a transphobe. I'm a Bible thumper. I'm a racist. I'm a sexist. I'm an Islamophobe. I'm a xenophobe. Oh, I'm all these things. Yes, that's right. I'm a pedo. That's right. I touch kids. Yes, I do. Oh, thank you for making it so clear. All my life, I've been living in the closet of all these fucking things that you say I am just because I think you shouldn't compare Donald Trump to fucking Hitler, you fascist, estrogen-laden bovine. You Nazi cow. You're a pedophile. You have mirrored sunglasses. Ah!
You're a pedophile, motherfucker. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Yes, I am. And you're fat and lonely. And you've been doing this shit for 42 years and it doesn't make a fucking difference. This is why you lost the election. This is why you lost. Just right here. Just this. Just this.
Fucking piece of shit.
I love his laugh.
You're a pedophile, motherfucker.
Oh, it was Iowa? I'm sorry, Iowa, because Texas has the same signs. They have like speed, minimum, and maximum. Iowa. Thank you. Thank you, Zoe. Zoe, I've never seen you. Why don't you people like say more? You got all these people that I don't know are watching. If everyone left a comment, do you know that we would blow Facebook out of the water, their lies of saying that there's only 56 people on right now? I guarantee if everyone posted a comment from Facebook, there'd be hundreds. They're such liars. Okay, Iowa, sorry.
I got you, motherfucker.
Make me famous.
I got you, motherfucker.
I love it. It's great. It's great.
Holy shit.
Yeah. 42 years, 24 years, however long she's been doing this. Try walking. Maybe that's a new life commitment you should make. I can't stand these people. What are you doing? You're not saying anything. Trump is Hitler. Ooh, how? I have so much to show you. There's more. There's more. There was a shooting I wanted to show you, but I can't. I'm going to do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow together. That's what we'll do. Oh, my beautiful wife. Here is the meme to end all memes. This sums it up. I've been posting this one a lot. See if I can find it. Where'd it go? Right here. This is the best meme in the world. Shit like this is why I won. I've been posting this one everywhere, and they hate it. They can't stand it. Kyle Hacker. Oh, thanks, Kyle. I've never seen you before. It's nice. I love that guy. You know, and he may be the biggest jerk in the world, but you know what? I wouldn't stand for that shit. If people said up there that all Jews must die, would you leave him up there? If someone was burning an American flag, would you leave him up there? I don't think so. So why should you go ahead and say that Trump is Hitler? There's some things that you just shouldn't be able to say unless they're true, and that's one of them. You shouldn't be able to call another man a pedo. You're saying he fucks kids. That's what you're saying. How can you say that shit to people? How do you fucking know that? The only people who have the fucking moxie to say that are people who, A, have never been through sexual assault, are predators themselves. I truly believe that. If you say somebody is a pedophile who fucks children, You either A, have never, ever had sexual assault in your life or anyone you know, or B, you are a predator yourself. Thank you, Donnie Carter. Does that comment, Gene, and some of you I do know, does that not make sense? Do you not agree with me here? If you have the audacity to call someone a pedophile, someone who rapes children, what? How do you get away with that? People keep telling me, man, don't engage with the liberals. Don't engage with the... I love it. That's part of my job. So here's what we're going to do. I just want to give you guys a heads up. I've noticed a few things about the algorithm. I need to post every 2 hours. That is going to take a lot of work. So I'm going to have to start scheduling my posts. So if you guys have topics, if you have something that you... Please don't send me crap. I don't want to hear conspiracy theories about Obama's Kenyan birth certificate, okay? And if one of you are on right now, don't get upset at me. Don't get... I don't care. I don't care about Obama's birth certificate. We can't go in the past in unfuck situations. We can bring light to it. And if there was a criminal offense, we can bring light to it. But send me stuff that's important, okay? But if you have something that you want to send it to matt@thedumbshow.com or follow me over at facebook.com/thedumbshowmatt. That is my personal Facebook. That means you can send me messages and everything else. I'm putting it up right now. This is where you go. Facebook.com/thedumbshowmatt. Oops, that's the dumb show. Shit, I'm tired. It's been a long day. But I've got to start posting more. So I need to have the eyes and ears out there. Make it good stuff. Legitimate topics, not bullshit, not fake. Matt, is this real? Do you know how many times, Matt, is this real? No, it's not real. If you have to ask me, you know. You're smart enough. You know now. You guys are smart enough to know. 369.08 is what we finish at. I'll take it. I got to go. I'm going to go spend some time with my wife. Have a great night. Follow me over on facebook.com/thedumbshowmatt. Hit us up on Rumble. Hit us up on Twitter. Wherever you are, go to thedumbshow.com. Get yourself some cool shirts and hats. We've got hats, we've got shirts, we've got coffee, we got mugs. We don't have the tumblers. They're still out of stock. But we got a lot of great stuff, great books, everything else. Darla says, can't go forward if you keep going backwards. It's a great point. Unless you're doing time travel. It's a whole nother conversation. But you have to go back before you go forward. See? Time travel would be the exception. Or if you're on a roller coaster that's in reverse. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere. Darla, I'm going to have to challenge your thought process. You can indeed go forward if you're going backward. It just depends upon your perspective. Depends on your destination. It depends on your distance and time to destination. I mean, from a physics standpoint, there's a lot of variables. Okay, we're leaving. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut Family Show. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll challenge that topic tomorrow. I want to say I appreciate our one-on-ones. Every Wednesday night, I'm solo. Tomorrow, it'll be Leeroy and I. Leeroy and I will be on. It'll be a fun show. It always is. Then Friday, we've got a special guest coming, I believe. Yes. I don't know. Just check the damn comments. Oh, the Portland Trailblazers? Oh, God. For $4 billion for that shithole? Ugh. Thank you, Thomas, for including me in this. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Take care of each other. Please share, like, and subscribe. Take care of each other. Talk to you soon.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics.
Yes, Maria, I heard Dean Cain. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Yes, I heard about Dean Cain. Thank you.
Media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.